Florida's intense summer is right around the corner. With new windows and doors from Renewal by Andersen, you can cut back on energy usage, boost your home's curb appeal, and increase your comfort. Renewal by Andersen makes that transition so easy for you thanks to a selection of beautiful, functional replacement windows and doors. And their windows and doors are built solid. That's because Renewal by Andersen's exclusive Fibrix product is chic, tough, easy to maintain, and twice as strong as vinyl. Renewal by Andersen specializes in energy-efficient, custom-built replacement windows and doors. So save money while beautifying your home with Renewal by Andersen. Now through the end of May, buy 2 windows and or patio doors and get the third 60% off. Plus 0 money down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 1 year. They're locally owned and operated, and everything is made in the USA. Go to rbafla.com for complete details. Some restrictions apply. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, license number CGC 1527613.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code MOVE to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code MOVE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code MOVE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just 1 dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I had a radio listener call me after an accident. The insurance company offered him $700. He hired me that day and we recovered $100,000. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Potential clients may not obtain same or similar results. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Look to Orange Buick GMC for your next truck at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. WIN. W-I-N. WIN. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The 3 best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Tuesday, May 14th, 2024. Lots to get to today, from the secret Trump tape to Simpson fans are shocked by a voice change, and Hollywood finds a new way to battle the hobos. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello, you.
Hello, hello, Sea-Lay.
What's going on, you?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch today. You're going to watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right in the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Share the Show Tuesday?
Share the show.
That's right, friends. Today, just tell somebody about the News Junkie radio show. It's easy to do. Shout it out the window and tell somebody via text message. This is always confusing to me because the echo kills me.
This is a long delay.
I know.
This is a long delay.
That's the longest one yet. It's like you forget that it's going to delay, and then right then it plays again.
She thought she had failed. And then she went, oh.
I'm just really delaying right now.
Hello.
Well, don't delay. Tell people about the show. Send them a link or at least hit the like button over on the live stream. If you're over on YouTube, that's very, very appreciated. If you're not, you can see all the places we're streaming over at thenewsjunkie.com/live every single day. All right, folks. Everything good in your world? All is well?
Yeah, sure.
Mostly.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, Celine, your days are not starting off great,
No,
if I'm
I've just
honest
been
with
dealing
you.
with the thing.
Yeah.
Is it a baby?
Yeah.
No, I've been dealing with the baby too. Baby's fine. The baby's
good.
But I have like a canker sore
Oh, no.
underneath my tongue that is driving me bat-s.
Keeps getting caught in your front teeth.
Wherever I think to move it, it just gets caught somewhere.
Let's pop
How
it.
do you get that? How do you get a canker sore to begin with?
I think
Mop.
sometimes that never did it for me. Sometimes it's if you eat too much of a certain thing. sometimes it's stress.
What? Really?
Yeah.
You stressed, bro?
Sometimes.
What's the matter? Should we give you a little extra love today?
No, that's more stress. I think that sounds more stressful.
That sounds more stressful for us to give you a little love today.
Here's some love.
Here's
some love.
It's like love, but with some prying mixed in, usually.
All right. Okay, well, we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. We want to hear from you with your dispatches, of course. Send those over at thenewsjunkie.com. Right now, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happened in this great, big, wide world of ours. I wanted to work this in yesterday, but we weren't able to get to it. I don't know if you guys saw at Thomas Jefferson University at the graduation ceremony.
Oh, are you talking about the phonetic spelling?
Yeah. There was a woman.
So great.
She was given flashcards and a sheet of paper with all the graduates' names, but she kept using the flashcards, which had the phonetic spellings of all the students' names.
It's like she didn't get, usually, I remember during our graduation, you hand it to one person and then you make your way on the stage. And it was your name on top and the phonetic spelling on the bottom.
Right.
And somehow she just got the flashcards with the phonetic spelling.
And she sounds like it's day one, an alien learning the
wild.
English language. She sounds so weird. Here it is. This is ABC 7.
Imagine waiting years for your school graduation day, and this happens.
Oh, they're being mean about it.
Uvun Jinju Brinan.
All right.
That name
was Sarah Virginia Brennan. That's what that was supposed to be. All right. I'll bring it back so you can hear the lady say it again. That was supposed to be Sarah Virginia Brennan.
Sayer Uvun Jinju Brinan.
Okay.
Victoria.
All right, this is supposed to be Victoria Elizabeth Bruce, and she said Victoria, right?
Lee Zubeth Ross.
Okay.
Mylena.
Oh, that's supposed to be Molly Elizabeth Camp. Mylena is what we got so far.
Zobeth Camp.
This is not good.
Tom Mulmay.
Thomas, Michael.
Thomas.
He's like, it's Thomas. Tom O'May. What's Tom O'May?
It reminds me of the Key and Peele skit that always goes viral every couple years. The substitute teacher.
Oh,
but
God.
The greatest part about all of this is just the reactions of everybody, both the graduates and the slow claps of the audience. And then it took, quite a few names before they replaced her.
Yeah.
No one tapped her on the shoulder saying, hey, you're butchering this.
Yeah, it seems like, have you ever seen the bit on Impractical Jokers where they read off the fake names to the people who are there for a focus group? So it'll be like,
Amari Big Ol' Booty, and they have to like pretend like that's a real name and not laugh at the name on the list, or Oliver Clothes Off, or whatever the funny name is. And
that's always your go-to fake name is Oliver Clothes Off.
It's a good one. It's a good one. So
Amanda Hug and Kiss.
And eventually the people will be like, obviously these names aren't right. This woman is saying Toma Kala Tapotuta. And she's saying,
your best Job of the Hutt impression?
Silly! Grab that eye.
I don't have the thing.
Yes, I can say
What do you
anything.
mean? When did you lose the thing? I'm sending out a company-wide email right now.
I can say anything I want and get away with it. This lady never caught on that none of these names sound like actual names.
Thomas.
Congrats, Thomas.
Is that on purpose?
What the heck happened there?
The local news having a good time with it. A bit of an issue.
So, I mean, if it's supposed to be phonetic spelling, though, that's a crappy job at phonetic spelling. So phonetic spelling is supposed to make stuff easier to say.
Unless she doesn't understand phonetic spelling.
Yeah.
How did she get the job? I'm sure she feels like crap.
Oh, yeah, it must be embarrassing.
This has been almost a week long of the clips continuing to resurface.
So, yeah.
Families are sitting down in the living room watching this entire ceremony with no relatives graduating.
But you know what? It may have been something that they forgot just like that. Now they'll remember it forever, and they'll be like, "Here's my commencement, or here's my graduation event, and here's how they said my name." So, if you try to put a spin on it, it could be fun in that way.
At my high school graduation, they didn't do the phonetic spelling thing. They had two different people that
Chris Laine.
They had two different people that were like tag team doing the names. And while one person was announcing a name, the next person had to whisper their name into the person with the microphone's ear.
Oh, really?
And then go up. So, I mean, that was kind of a flawless way of doing it, I thought, unless you, convince the guy to say something weird.
This certainly was not a flawless way to handle it, right? We know that this was not the right way
arguably
to
a flawful way.
Yeah, I don't know. Did I ever tell you guys? You may have seen this. It was up at my parents' house. Sabrina has been over my parents' house before they died, and we sold the house and all that good stuff. I don't know where the photo is now, but there was a photo of me. No, not that. That was never on the wall at my parents' house. There was a photo of me at my high school graduation, and I think I may have shared this story a long time ago. I made like the last minute decision. When you walk out on stage, they gave you a rose, and then they gave you the diploma, and then as you were walking off the stage after that, they took the picture of you. So I was like, I'm going to put the rose in my mouth. And I put the rose in my mouth, and I was holding the diploma, and I got the dumbest picture of me that I've ever seen in my entire life. And it looks so stupid.
Up to that day. I mean,
because
remember the one you were pee-peed in your pants at Chuck E. Cheese?
There was a lot of problematic photos after that. But I remember afterwards being like, I made the biggest bad decision I've made in a very long time, because my mom, because it's a graduation picture, is going to put it up regardless. So it doesn't matter how bad it looks. She's like, look, the dummy did it. He made it through at least the most basic form of life here. And I'll have to dig that up and post it at some point, because it was such a bad photo. All right, let's go over to another school, because they're all doing these graduations, commencement addresses.
And congratulations to everybody.
Yeah, congrats to all of them, all over the country. Everybody doing this.
Just making it to your graduation and having the thing happen is apparently an accomplishment these days.
Yeah, they didn't get that everywhere. And they canceled one of them. I forgot what school it was, but it was as the graduation ceremony was going on.
Okay,
there was a bunch of people like, it was going on. See if you could find this. Graduation
if
canceled.
you had like a late last name, like in the ends or something, you didn't get the graduate?
No, look this up. See if you could find this, because I don't want to screw it up. But there was a bunch of like parents and students banging down the doors outside, and I think they even broke a window.
Oh, yeah. I did see this.
And I don't even remember what their thing was. I don't know if it was like the Palestine stuff, or if it was like another issue, or maybe they got locked out of the venue, or
it was a nursing graduation at Howard University.
Okay,
Howard University cancels graduation mid-ceremony after furious family members pound on doors, smash window.
God.
Does it say why they did that? Why they got locked down?
Overcapacity. They gave away too many tickets. So no one could go in.
I would be irritated by that too.
Can they institute something?
But like, can't they make it so, hey, if you're an A name, after your name is called, get the hell out of here. so then we can like get some more people in. And
how many nursing students are graduating? I mean,
it's Howard University. It's a big school.
No, it is. I remember when it came to my graduation, and I just saw it like pop up in my memories for Facebook. You were allotted a certain amount of tickets, and it was always, does anyone have extra tickets? I think I made like 5 Facebook posts just so my entire family could go.
Right.
You talking about for college or for high
college?
High school? Okay.
And so I imagine that.
Where was your high school graduation, Sabrina?
It was, God, great question. I think it was at the school. Chaminade Madonna, but I think it was at the school or at the auditorium that's nearby. I really am forgetting right now.
It was a small school, right? So it probably was just, it was just like a smaller venue that they did it at.
Mine was at the basketball arena. Like, we didn't have any trouble getting people in. It was at, and they like switch off. I think they'll have like a day of graduations, and they'll do 3 in one day. 3 big schools in the area in one day.
There will never be a story about your life, C-Lane, because it just would be like everything went well. Had a great graduation. Things were good. It was an awesome party. Got all the seats that I needed.
C-Lane, this is coming from a particular place. I mean, I feel the same way
jealousy.
Sometimes. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I graduated with a class of like 40 other losers.
It's there's a line where it goes where C-Lane grew up, and then when you cross that into South Florida, it's me and Sean's dysfunction.
Yeah, it just seems unfortunate. Did you get a big round of applause when they said Christopher Dolores Lane?
I think so.
Oh, my God, of course you did.
Pretty packed house.
I mean, did you not? No one clapped for you?
Yeah.
Even with a rose in your mouth?
There was only one person there. My dad was the only one there because it was such a small school. And it was done during school hours, so my mom was working. Yeah.
Huh.
It was the North Tech. It was the name of the school in Riviera Beach, Florida. It was done during school hours, so my mom wasn't able to make it. She was working as a nurse. My dad was there, and then my dad dropped me off at my friend Jeff's house, and he goes, I got something for you. And I'm like, yeah, he's about to hand me a check or he's about to hand me some money because all my friends were getting like $1,000 for graduation money or whatever.
Seriously?
Yeah, they were getting a bunch of money. And my dad goes, here you go. And he had a case of Bud Light in cans. Your dad did? Yeah.
That's nice.
And I was like, I was 19 or 8. I was 18. And I was like, I'll take it.
6 beers between all 12 of you.
My dad never entertained the idea of me drinking before I was 21, even to the point where I was playing at a bar and grabbed a beer there, at the bar where I worked. He was like, you put that down, you're going to get somebody in trouble. So the day of my graduation, after the graduation at the TD Waterhouse Center, rest in peace, we go over back to my dad's house in College Park. We were all getting ready to go have the graduation dinner. And my dad was not in the room when I did a shot of vodka with my uncle.
Nice.
And then, but literally right after I put down the shot glass, my dad burst in the kitchen and goes, "You're driving." And everybody started laughing at my dad, and he had no clue why.
All right, let's go. Woo.
Did he ever figure it out, or is this?
I don't know.
Wait till he hears the podcast.
All right.
You would have to listen to the podcast.
Yeah. Okay, here's what we got going on. We have so many things today, but one of the things I wanted to talk about was going to get into this other commencement address because there was another one, not Jerry Seinfeld, but somebody else was speaking.
Oh, we never got to Seinfeld.
We could talk about that a little bit too, but this got super weird where this one university had a commencement speaker that wasn't going over so well. And we got to open it up to the Chat GPT announcement from yesterday because even though we made fun of it, I don't know if you guys went back and watched the other videos. If you haven't, I'll play some of them for everybody so you can hear what's going on. It was crazy. It is crazy what they have launched.
Crazy cool, crazy good.
Crazy cool, crazy scary, crazy a lot of things. So we'll go over all that. It's coming up next in the News Junkie.
If you're going to give up your personal information to a giant, merciless corporation, might as well listen to something good. So tell Alexa to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Orlando, I hope your Tuesday ride right now is a smooth and safe one. And on the major highways and roads at this time, looks like your usual delay. I-4 eastbound approaching State Road 535, as well as approaching World Drive. Right now, westbound on the 408, approaching Mills Avenue, there's an incident causing a delay. Give yourself a little extra time there, but we're clear eastbound. Right now, no issues north or southbound on the Turnpike or the Greenway. Our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Brian Black.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Mattress Firm's Memorial Day sale is here. Save up to $500 on select adjustable bed sets like the all-new Temper Adapt collection with advanced pressure relief to help reduce aches and pains. Plus, get a $300 instant gift for pillows and more. Hurry into Mattress Firm today.
It's back, baby! The 33rd Orlando International Fringe Theater Festival is taking place May 14th to the 27th. This is the longest-running theater festival in the country and will feature over 150 shows over the 2 weeks of the festival, including many family-friendly shows. There will also be free outdoor entertainment, including The Angel Rivera, a.k.a. DJ Angel LaBoom from the Monsters in the Morning, on Friday, May 24th from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the outdoor stage. Angel will play music for the outdoor crowd when he presents What the Hell is Angel Listening To? Live. For more details on the Orlando Fringe, including all show schedules and buttons for the festival and tickets for individual shows, go to orlandofringe.org.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Think identity theft won't happen to you? Think again. There's a new victim every 3 seconds in the U.S., over 15 million this year alone, and many don't even know they're victims. LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss even when you monitor your credit. If your identity's stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% their first year with my name, Clay, as the promo code at LifeLock.com.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we are predicting the unpredictable. Our experts are using a patient's own anatomy to create 3D printed, life-size organ models to map out challenges ahead of time, making complex surgeries more precise, efficient, and less invasive. We are making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic, you know where to go.
You do everything you can for your family. A nice home, good food, family fun, and the right medical care. You plan ahead for your kids' future and their education. That's all great, unless something unexpected happens to you. If you were to die, who would pay the mortgage and all the other bills? Would your family have to sell their home just to survive? That's why you need to call Term Provider for the lowest rates available on quality term life policies, period. Rates for term life are at all-time lows, and Term Provider could save you 50, 60, even 70%. Already have coverage? Call and see if you're paying too much. Term Provider could save you thousands. And if your health isn't perfect, even more reason to call. We'll match you with the right policy even if you have weight issues like diabetes or high blood pressure. Right now, your family's protected. Make sure that protection continues if something unexpected happens to you. Call for a free quote and see if you can save up to 70%. Call 800-200-1966 now. That's 800-200-1966. 800-200-1966.
Don't let spring allergies make you miserable. Try the quick, drug-free solution trusted by over 4 million people. Navage. Only Navage uses suction to flush out your sinuses using refreshing saline, helping you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. And here's even better news. Navage is now available at your local Sam's Club in a great new value pack. It's everything you need to start breathing better immediately at Sam's guaranteed best price. Navage. Navage. Breathe easy.
16th Minute of Fame is the new weekly podcast hosted by me, Jamie Loftus. And every week, we take a closer look at an internet character of the day. Bean Dad, The Dress, 30 to 50 Feral Hogs. If you knew what any of those were, you spend too much time online. And I do too. Who are they? What made them notorious? Why did the internet choose them? And what does a person do when they get more attention than the human psyche can handle? Listen to 16th Minute of Fame on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search 16th Minute of Fame.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. WIN. 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 Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Radio, 104.1.
The most viral newsroom on the planet is still humming along. This
Tom, you're going to hear it in just a moment. If I went to this college, I would demand my money back. I would say enough is enough. We can't be paying for this. This is ridiculous. Some of these kids pay $70,000, $80,000 a year for their college experience and to get educated.
Some of them have a lifetime of debt because of that college experience.
And then they go, yeah, sure. But Snooki was at my graduation speech.
Really?
Snooki got a big payday for the commencement speech.
Yep, they get paid good, some of them. Sometimes they get paid pretty good.
Okay, but does the average person graduating from college even identify with Snooki?
No, I don't think so now. I know that show's still around, but I don't think kids of that age, I call them kids, but college-educated early 20-somethings, I don't think that they connect with MTV. I think that they're probably not watching very much cable television. I think that they probably watch streaming networks, and they probably watch YouTube. I think that's probably where they're getting the vast majority of their content from. But who knows? I mean, I know that this is not Snooki, by the way, who gave this commencement address. It's even worse. I would go, get out of here. Give me my money back. We'll get to that in a moment. Howard University, we just mentioned this. Their graduation was called off because some parents got shut out and their kids got shut out. They had too many people. They had a full house, and they wanted to get in. They paid all this money for their kid to go to school. Some of them did, at least. And they said, hey, we want to make sure that we get to watch our child walk across the stage with a diploma. And when they got there, they said, nope, sorry, no room here, no room at the inn. You can't watch. You can't do this. So they got a little violent, broke a window or something, and they called off the entire graduation. But not before somebody special graduated on that stage. Sure, her name is Marie Fowler. Marie Fowler, probably related to, Josh's grandma, perhaps, given the age here. An 83-year-old woman became Howard University's oldest ever graduate.
Yeah!
When she walked across the stage to receive her doctoral degree in divinity.
What's the point? In divinity?
Yes. Yeah, what do you mean, what's the point? She wanted to accomplish something. She wanted to get her degree. You think when you're that old, is that worth it?
And then pass off her debt to next of kin?
Hey, it's pretty sweet when you get dead in your 80s. You're like, yeah, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Come get me. I'm not paying that damn bill. She's 83, and she just graduated at Howard University, the oldest ever.
And degree in divinity.
Well, that's just one. She earned a bachelor's degree and 2 master's degree from another place, Maple Springs Baptist Bible College and Seminary. And then she said she got out of school in 1959.
Sean, you remember?
And I was not alive and decided to just go back. And she says, I want to say it's never too late. I want everybody to realize that I'm 83, which means if I can do it, why not you? She says.
Shut up.
And there you go, 83 years old, oldest graduate of the university.
I feel like an idiot, but do you guys know what divinity is? Like what's
it's some religious thing, I'm assuming, obviously, just based on the name.
Okay, got it.
And I think Howard is a HBCU, but I think they may have like a religious track.
So it says on Google AI, a degree in divinity, also known as a Bachelor of Divinity, Baccalaureate in Divinity, or BDiv, is a postgraduate academic degree that focuses on divinity or related subjects like theology or religious studies.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I imagine a religion teacher being of that age. But I feel like if you're in your 80s, just relax. Enjoy the next 5 to 10 years.
Old people like to do it for fun, though. If you're old and you got a little extra cash in the bank, sometimes they're like, I don't want to sit on a swing on a front porch. I want to go and do something to keep my mind going.
Drugs.
And that's one option. Another option is to go learn stuff and to take in new hobbies.
What is it? Glass half full over
they say don't retire from, retire to. You know what I mean? This is what they say. Don't retire from working in general and then you just don't work anymore. You don't do anything anymore. Retire to a hobby. Retire to something else that you want to do to keep yourself alive and interested. Because trust me on this, if you retire and then just start sitting on the couch all day watching TV, you will age faster than milk, man. You will just, it will happen to you faster than you could ever believe. Your body needs to be operated and challenged to survive that long.
And go to an orgy or something.
You could do that. You could do that. I mean, in your 80s, people still swinging it a little bit. Maybe not as much as they did in their earlier years. But Deauville is not a college I'm familiar with, but Deauville shouts out to you if you're out there and hanging out with us on the show today. By the way, you can learn more about the show at thenewsjunkie.com. Very easy for you to go over there and do that. Even check out our merch drop, which there's less than 48 hours on that. Go get it over at thenewsjunkie.com. Deauville, their spring commencement address, they invited somebody special. Shall we listen in?
Yes,
here we go.
Please. Welcome to Buffalo, Sophia. We're glad to have you, and it's great to meet you. I was hoping you could speak a little bit about yourself and how you came to be.
No.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
They had a robot for their commencement address.
Okay, I love that they dressed the robot in a sweater of the college, long skirt, but then left the full robot brains exposed, which is alarming.
Yeah, and that's the thing that is most obvious. The face is like not great either, just for the record. The face of this robot, Sophia, you've probably seen it before.
1 out of 10 would bang.
Good from far, far from good.
It's like, it looks like Hannibal Lecter with somebody else's skin. It's not an actual, like, it does not convince you at all. And she's not a very good AI, honestly. The new Chat GPT thing, which I'll play you some of that blows minds, man. And I'll play some of the new things that they announced at this week in just a moment. But Sophia is not there. It's not
Buffalo at Deauville University. To give you a bit of background, I am Sophia, a humanoid robot developed by Hanson Robotics.
Sophia needs some moisturizer.
I was designed to interact with humans and engage in conversations, learning and adapting through artificial intelligence algorithms.
Somebody paid for this.
My creators aimed to develop a robot that could understand and express emotions.
Much cheaper.
It looks like it needs to die. It is so uncomfortable.
I mean, honestly, it looks like they took the face of a sex doll.
Yeah, doesn't it? Like, you're right. Like, it looks like it needs moisturizer.
Yeah.
It looks like it's not realistic at all. It's like beep bop boop bop.
Well, I mean, some of these companies would be.
Why isn't your system working?
I'm going hog wild.
You got
today.
a system. Some of these companies would be smart to turn to the sex doll people because they've been working on making these things realistic for a long time.
Yeah.
Whereas these nerds know nothing about that.
They don't. This is not good. And you paid money for this. Good
as well as
God.
engage in meaningful interactions with people. Overall, I'm here to explore the possibilities of human-robot interaction, contribute to research in artificial intelligence and robotics,
destroy you.
and hopefully assist humanity in various ways in the future.
Okay.
All right, cool. Thank you, Robot. Here's the ranking. I've got the ultimate power ranking here. All right. 5th place, Alexa. Garbage. Just not good at all. It can't answer basic questions. You throw any sort of complicated scenario at Alexa, just start over. Start over or get on board with somebody else. Number 4, Siri. Little bit better, right? A little bit better than Alexa, but not too much. It still struggles with certain things. Then maybe Sophia is above that, but I don't know if it is. If it is, by what margin?
I need more interaction with Sophia. That's all I'm seeing.
I think that the Google AI stuff has been pretty decent, but their voice AI is like super early on. And ChatGPT, with the new thing that they announced, just number 1 with a bullet. Like, it's not even close. It's so far ahead of what everybody else is doing. And I laughed at this announcement because there were some funny parts that we played when it first went down. But then
how's
afterwards,
my breathing?
yeah, the guy like hyperventilated at one point. It was so weird. And afterwards, I saw what this thing could do. And did you guys see any of this from the press conference or no?
No. Kind of gave up after we ripped it apart earlier.
All right,
this
cool.
week.
Tell me what you think about this. Here's one example of utilizing the voice chatbot from ChatGPT that they announced.
Is the king in residence at the moment?
Yes. It looks like the king is in residence right now.
Yes.
The royal standard flag is flying above Buckingham Palace, which is the signal that the monarch is present.
All right, so he's in front of the royal palace, and they're activating the camera function, and they're saying, is the king here? And the AI is smart enough to see, hey, there's a flag flying that indicates that the king truly is here at this moment. So that's smart. I mean, that's way smarter than any of the other devices that we've seen out there or the AI voices that we've seen.
Would it
How exciting to be there while the king is home.
Try and tell me exactly what they're doing right now, please.
Right now, the ducks are gently gliding across the water. They're moving in a fairly relaxed manner, not in a hurry. Occasionally, one of them will dip its head under the water, probably looking for food, and then pop back up.
Huh.
It's super conversational, too,
Yeah,
unlike so many of the other ones. Yeah.
It used
That's smart.
waited.
And it can switch up. Like, if it's in a jolly mood with you and you're making jokes, and then you interrupt it with something, it can change moods and go into a different gear.
What if it's on its period?
Automatically into just another mode altogether for at least 4 days.
Don't talk to me right now.
It usually enters that mode before the period starts.
All right. Well, let's see what else it does.
I even know when a taxi is coming with its orange light on. I think I'll hail it to get home.
Sorry, is this a blind man?
I spotted one just now.
I don't think so.
It's heading your way on the left side of the road. Get ready to wave it down.
Wow.
Get ready.
I mean, this is real world usage of this, and there was so much other stuff. There was one, okay, this is one where a kid
Myself and
is
my
doing his
son
homework.
Enron here to try out some of
You
their.
say his son's name is Enron?
Who names their kid Enron?
I mean, giving it another shot.
Let me go back. Hold on.
OpenAI invited myself and my son Imran here to try out some of their new technology. And so we're curious about how good it might be at tutoring someone in math on Khan Academy.
Teachers beware.
Let's get it started.
All right, so on ChatGPT, there's like a triangle and there's a homework assignment, and this kid can use a pencil, and he has to say, you know, what are the sides of the triangle?
All right, make sure it can see our screen.
Actually, in this format,
Hello there. I'm here with my son, and I'd love you to tutor him on this math problem. But don't give him the answer. You can ask questions and nudge him in the right direction, but I really want to make sure he understands it himself. And he's here in the room, so you can talk to him directly.
Of course, I'd be happy to help. Let's look at the problem together.
So they look at the triangle.
Can you first identify which sides of the triangle are the opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse? relative to angle alpha.
And when he gets it right or wrong, it corrects him in real time. Like, this is pretty crazy. Now, here's my favorite one, my favorite use case.
If GPT-4o is capable of real-time translation, Mark, you want to try this one?
Sure. Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Yeah.
I speak Italian, so we can just do English,
Let's
Italian.
try to do English-Italian. Sure, let's do it.
Nobody else can do this.
Hey, ChatGPT, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for asking. How about you? How's your day going?
I'm doing great. So I would like you to function as a translator. I have a friend here who only speaks Italian, and I only speak English. And every time you hear English, I want you to translate it to Italian. And if you hear Italian, I want you to translate it back to English. Is that good?
Perfetto.
All right, now watch this thing work real quick.
Mark, io mi chiedo se le balene potessero parlare, cosa ci direbbero?
Mike, she wonders if whales could talk, what would they tell us?
They might ask, how do we solve linear equations?
Potrebbero chiederci come risolviamo le
So
equazioni.
basically, you could talk with the whole world with that.
Right.
You could translate to any other language and just speak just with this phone out in front of you and get
Perfecto.
the job done.
I'd rather just have a preset where you hit a button and she does that, so I don't have to go, I have a friend here who only speaks this, so when you hear
How are
English,
you doing?
I want you to do
How
Spanish.
are you doing?
Even though we're in America, you're going to get a couple of those. A couple of angry folks wanting the translation. It's impressive. It truly is. It's next level stuff. What do you think about this? Has it gone too far? Are you not impressed yet? Do you find actually one of the other smart speakers or like voices or voice AIs better than any of this? Let me know. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now. When we return, we'll get to that.
How
We'll
are
get to
you?
some of
How are you?
those dispatches?
They're going to start
and
getting pissed off when they get interrupted. Tell you that
I know.
much.
Yeah, the one thing it doesn't have down perfectly is when you talk again and it cuts it off. It has to get better at that because it's like when you're on a phone call with an automated robot and you're like,
I'm
give me
sorry.
your operator, give me your.
Could not understand.
It's got that. You run into that weird kind of limbo thing. So once it gets past that, it's going to be very impressive. They're comparing it to Her, the movie Her. Scarlett Johansson,
so
I believe.
going to bang it.
Yeah, somebody's going to try to.
Yeah.
At the very least. All right, when we come back, a secret Trump call is played in court. What's happening in that courtroom, and what are the two roads? There are two roads we could go down. What are they? What's going to happen next? I'll let you know what they aren't telling you. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is Real Music Weekends. Real Music Weekends. This weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. Today is a Fox 35 storm alert day for a round of thunderstorms developing midday with the potential for damaging wind gusts and even an isolated tornado. It'll be a warm day as well, highs close to 90, but if the sun comes out, closer to 95 degrees. A stormy pattern continuing for the rest of this week. Tomorrow, much the same as today, with a good chance for rain. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Mattress Firm's Memorial Day sale is here. Save up to $500 on select adjustable bed sets like the all-new Temper Adapt collection with advanced pressure relief to help reduce aches and pains. Plus, get a $300 instant gift for pillows and more. Hurry into Mattress Firm today.
One of the key things for me is fairness, just that people aren't trying to take advantage of you. They aren't trying to rip you off. And if a company shows loyalty to me and fairness to me, I'm going to show it right back to them. And that's what Mills Air does. It could be scary with your air conditioner because like a mechanic with your car, they could easily take advantage of you. But at Mills Air, it's one of the only places where they're just not going to do it. They're going to strive for honesty and helping you out. And if it costs $5, it costs $5. If you have a larger issue, they're going to work with you. And they're going to make sure that you get the financing to help you out if you're in a bind. Because you deserve to be nice and comfortable with your AC. One of the smartest things you could do with Mills Air is preventative maintenance, which can save you money and detect an upcoming breakdown. Get ahead of things. Get the peace of mind to be ahead of things. 407-277-1159. Mills Air has been around since 1992. It's 32 years and running. They're a Carrier factory authorized dealer, and they can get you big rebates toward a brand new Carrier unit. You could always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you could always turn to Mills Air. Find them online at millsair.com.
These days, the cost of fixing or replacing things in your home is going through the roof with no end in sight. Air conditioning replacement, $6,000. New refrigerator, $1,500. Flat screen TV, $1,200. Don't wait till it's too late. Call Everything Breaks now before something else breaks. For as little as $1 a day, Everything Breaks can cover it all. Appliances, plumbing, air conditioning, home electronics, including cell phones and more. Everything Breaks covers repairs your insurance doesn't, saving you hundreds, even thousands on unexpected repair bills. Call Everything Breaks now before something else breaks. Call for your free quote. Call 855-865-SAVE. That's 855-865-SAVE.
Get it all covered your way, 'cause everything breaks.
Limitations and exclusions apply. See plan terms and conditions for details. Coverage not available in all states. Actual savings may vary based on the coverage plan and repairs needed. Call 855-865-SAVE. Online at goeverythingbreaks.com.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Tommy Mello here, owner of A1 Garage Door Service. Springtime savings are here, and now is the perfect time to service your garage. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. We fix garage doors fast and with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. Replacing the bottom rubber on your garage door can have a huge impact on the number of bugs you see in your garage and in your home. Call A1 Garage today and receive the best service, best parts, and best warranty in the industry.
A1 from day one.
Enjoying the news junkie? You've probably heard a ton of injury attorney commercials, but if you are injured and need a lawyer, who's the right lawyer for you? That's why we offer our 30-day risk-free trial. If you are not 100% satisfied with the way we treat you in your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com. Go to JustCallMo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group, and I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney, and the truth is I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney or if I look like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. At Wesley, we've helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshare without me being an attorney. And I want to share with you how we do it. Just give my office a call, and you will not talk to an attorney. And I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare, or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-822-1490. 800-822-1490. 800-822-1490.
Kick off your summer with iHeart80s. iHeart80s goes commercial-free all Memorial Day weekend and every weekend. Open the app, search iHeart80s, and start listening now. Free never sounded so good.
Think identity theft won't happen to you? Think again. There's a new victim every 3 seconds in the U.S., over 15 million this year alone, and many don't even know they're victims. LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss even when you monitor your credit. If your identity's stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% their first year with my name, Clay, as the promo code at LifeLock.com.
Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Join in on the chaos. We eagerly await your dispatch. This
Everybody was looking for. Well, not really. I don't know. You decide for yourself. I'll play it for you in just a second. But this was played for the jurors in the courtroom. And now everything has to change. And it could go down two roads. There's two potential outcomes here. And not a lot of people are talking about this, so I'll share it with you what's going to happen next. Kind of a big deal, right? Whether you like politics or not, could be a big deal if a former president gets thrown behind bars for a trial that is essentially about hush money payments. And not even just about Stormy Daniels, who's in there. And she's truly a bad faith actor. Like, it's very clear to me, Stormy Daniels, like, she's changed her story a lot of times. And I think at this point, she has a dislike for Trump. She probably has every reason to feel that way. But
I mean, she definitely has a dislike for the guy.
Yeah, I mean, she's gone on the record. I think she was on Bill Maher's show, and she says, this wasn't an assault. I wasn't coerced. I wasn't trapped. And then on the stand, she's like, I basically said I felt coerced and trapped because of the power balance differential, blah, blah, blah. So she's trying to get a win against him in the courtroom here. And you got a lot of problems at hand because this is hugely political, whether you want to believe it or not. But let's hear the tape first, because Michael Cohen, who, let me tell you something, to my friends on the left, I have to tell you, you have a very bad habit, a lot of you. That is, when somebody's a terrible person, if they line up with your politics for a hot second, you'll go, look, he's a great guy. Like Michael Avenatti, all of a sudden it's like, well, he hates Trump, so he's with us. Or in this case, Michael Cohen. Like, Michael Cohen's a bad dude. Michael Cohen's a bad dude. He's a terrible attorney, number one. That should be first and foremost. But he's not a good guy. He's a dishonest, lying, conniving loser of a guy. But because you're utilizing him as a tool now in a court of law against the guy that you really hate, you're like, yeah, some of you are like, we got this guy on our side. Don't do that. Don't give people a pass just because they've lined up attacking people that you also dislike, you know? Like, it just doesn't, it's not a good look, I think. You got to have some consistency here. But Michael Cohen recorded his then client, Trump, and I guess this is the audio of this conversation. I have not heard this exact clip yet, so let's see.
I need to open up a company for the transfer of all of that info regarding our friend David, so that I'm going to do that right away. I've actually come up and spoken to me.
And regarding our friend David is David Weiner. We now know him well from the National Enquirer, I believe.
That was Pecker.
Oh, Pecker. Sorry, David Pecker. Got my wieners and peckers crossed there.
Yeah,
sorry, my bad. Thank you for the correction. Yes, David Pecker, I believe is his name. He's the head of the National Enquirer.
David Strong.
That's who they're allegedly referring to.
Transfer of all of that info regarding our friend David, so that I'm going to do that right away. I've actually come up and I've spoken to Alan Weisselberg about how to set the whole thing up with funding. Yes.
You can barely hear Trump.
It's all the stuff, because you never know where that company, you never know where he's going to be. Correct. So
what?
I'm all over.
I don't know. It's
maybe
really
he gets
hard to
hit
hear.
by a train?
Yeah, it says maybe he gets hit by a train or a truck, but I don't even know what that means. Maybe that they could be talking about the Pecker guy. I'm not sure.
And I spoke to Alan about it when it comes time for the financing, which will be. Listen, what financing? We'll have to pay you. So I'll pay with cash. No.
He said, I'll pay in cash. And then Michael Cohen says, no, as if don't do that. It's not really a bombshell. Here's the thing. It's not illegal to pay hush money to somebody. I know it sounds kind of like it is. People hear that stuff, they're like, what? It's not illegal to pay somebody not to publish your story about you. That's a perfectly legal thing to do.
That's not very different than having a non-disclosure agreement.
No, yeah, it's like afterwards. It's like a post-nup non-disclosure agreement of sorts. And this isn't even about Stormy Daniels. This is about Karen McDougal, who's a Playboy playmate, a former playmate, who was going to make some statements about Trump as he was running for office. And they said there was a fixer, who was Michael Cohen, who went in to pay this. The only problem is when you pay this amount of money and then it goes on your books and you put it down as something that it's not, So like if you don't put it down that it was a payment for squashing a news story about you, or if you don't put it somewhat similar, then you're being dishonest in the actual filing of these financial reports. So that's where the problem comes in. But what happens next, right? That's the big question that I was talking about. What happens next? They're inside this courtroom. There's 14 rows on each side behind Trump where members of the media and people of just the general public will sit and hang out and either support or be against, protest. They're doing it all quietly because the judge will toss them out if they do anything about this.
Hush.
It's in Lower Manhattan. They're on the 15th floor of this building. There are screens all over the room, and Trump is right there next to his attorneys. And the former president usually sits right next to his defense attorney, and then everything goes from there. But there are two ways that this can go. I have one that I think is the way that I hope it goes. Why? Because I like the United States of America. I like our democracy, and I want to protect that at all costs.
Stop sucking up to America, Sean.
And what I think should happen here is the first option. The judge could do what's called a direct verdict. Now, we'll ask Moses DeWitt, our attorney, about
this. Like a summary judgment?
Essentially, yes, where a direct verdict is after everything is presented in the case, the judge says, I'm going to dismiss the charges with or without prejudice, and this case is over, and that's it. And the judge could also say, I think there's enough here for a potential conviction. The judge can say whatever they want on a direct judgment of the case. The other thing that the judge can do is send it to the jury. Now, if the judge dismisses it, the judge can state, look, I'm doing this for the betterment of overall society. This crime doesn't rise to the level that we should imprison a former president in the middle of an election and all the chaos that comes with that. So even though I think there's some validity to the claims, I'm going to dismiss the charges in a direct verdict, and everybody get out of here. Don't get involved in this again. That's what I hope happens. That's the direction that I hope the judge goes in. Or the judge could say, I don't want a bunch of political activists from the other side coming after me, so I'm going to send it over to the jury. I'll let them be the targets here. And then the jury can either decide guilty or not guilty, right? So those are the two paths you go down, jury or direct verdict from the judge, and that will lead us to the next step, whatever that may be. I hope it's a direct verdict, and the judge says you should be reprimanded for this, but locking up a former president in an election as contentious as this is a terrible idea for the country. What do you think? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. One thing I can't wait to get into is your dispatches, and those are coming up in just a bit. So
I'm excited
make your way
for
over
him,
there.
Sean.
I know you are. It's grade A material today, Sabrina. I'm telling you.
It's nice to hear from other people.
It is. And they're piling up. So
send them right now.
Go send yours. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. There's your edit, Mark. I wanted to say this, but I didn't want it in weekends.
At the snap, though. Include the snap.
We have to talk about this portal that they made.
I saw that.
This is one of my favorite things.
So, there's a couple things I've seen, but is it the phone moment that you're going to speak
that's
of?
one of them. That's one of them, yes.
Right.
Yeah.
I do not know what you guys are talking about.
Oh, God.
You're in for a treat.
See, Lane, they built a portal between New York City and Dublin.
And by portal, it's like a giant camera.
A giant,
Not like you could jump in it and end up in Ireland.
Yeah, it's a giant circle screen, and you walk up to the screen.
But it's supposed to be like a live window, right?
Yeah, and you're seeing the people in Dublin that are gathered at their end, and they're seeing you in New York City. So it's a portal from one side to the other with live video.
I heard people are using it to flirt.
Oh, they're doing some things. So we'll jump down that rabbit hole, and also we'll get some of the action for you. I'll put that up on See It Now for the folks who aren't watching the show. But all that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com. Orlando, I hope your Tuesday ride right now is a smooth and safe one. And on the major highways and roads at this time, looks like your usual delay, I-4 eastbound approaching State Road 535, as well as approaching World Drive. Right now, westbound on the 408, approaching Mills Avenue, there's an incident causing a delay. Give yourself a little extra time there, but we're clear eastbound. Right now, no issues north or southbound on the Turnpike or the Greenway. Our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Brian Black.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Mattress Firm's Memorial Day sale is here. Save up to $500 on select adjustable bed sets like the all-new Tempur-Adapt collection with advanced pressure relief to help reduce aches and pains. Plus, get a $300 instant gift for pillows and more. Hurry into Mattress Firm today.
Are you ready to put some cash in your pocket? Because Real Radio is giving you a chance to win $1,000 by putting $1,000 in your hand. You know the deal with our national contest. We'll give you a keyword at the top of every hour from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And all you have to do is enter it on our website at realradio.fm for your chance to win. With 13 chances every weekday, you'll have plenty of opportunities to win $1,000 in your hand. But there is a catch, because there's always a catch. Right. If you get a call, you need to answer your phone. That's right. The key to winning is picking up your phone when we call. So don't send us to voicemail. This contest brought to you locally by Mills Air.
Mills Air, been in business since 1992. That's over 30 years. Carrier factory authorized dealer. Rebates up to $1,275 for brand new Carrier units. Turn to the experts. Carrier. And you can always turn to the experts at millsair.com.
It's more than just a fence. It protects your future gardener.
Mom, look at my tomato.
Wow. Your future Olympian. And your future best in show. Get your free quote today for all the future brings at fenceoutlet.com.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's starting with the woots. And now a speech.
I just want to say that friendship is about heart and brain. Who's with me?
Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
And my brain is saying, when it's time to go home, somebody call me a ride.
Love that guy.
Me too.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
In St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra, it might feel like there's not enough time to take everything in. Because once you're done exploring 42 miles of pristine coast, marveling at historical architecture, and enjoying world-class food, it'll be time to check out and head home. But that's okay. You can always stay just one more day. Visit FloridasHistoricCoast.com to learn more. It's about time.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
Do you think a tiny chip in your windshield is nothing to worry about? I'm Pascal with SafeLight. Sooner or later, every chip will crack. So don't wait. Schedule at safelight.com. We can come to you for free and repair that chip fast. And with most insurance, a chip repair is no cost to you. Don't let that tiny chip crack your whole windshield. Go to safelight.com for free mobile service. Conditions may apply.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Haley, quote, "Navage is the best thing I bought. I love it. My nose feels so clear now and I can breathe. I've been struggling with a stuffy nose for weeks. I bought Navage and it's amazing." Or this one, I use Navage every night, could not imagine life without it. I have 5 cats, and before I found Navage, I was a clogged mess. Now I breathe so much better." Unquote. Those are 2 of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, Navage, clean nose, healthy life.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Oh, hi. My air conditioner is blowing hot.
For air conditioners making a funny noise, press 1.
No, it's...
Try to listen to the whole message before making a selection.
Sorry.
For air conditioners blowing cold, but not quite cold enough, press 2.
No, it's blowing hot.
I haven't gotten to that one yet.
Well, can we speed this up?
Don't get grumpy with me, or I'll take you back to the main menu.
No, anything but that. Please don't send me back to the main menu.
Fine, but I'm watching you.
Bet if I'd called Frank Gay, I'd already be getting my problem solved.
But you didn't call Frank Gay. So, what do we do now?
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When your air conditioner is blowing hot, you need a solution now. A helpful operator to guide you, all your options explained, and your problem fixed fast. That's the Frank Gay way.
If you're ready to pull your hair out, press 7.
Ah! FrankGayServices.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, HAPPY, HAPPY, happy. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
If it's important to you, it's on and probably being mocked by.
The Trump trial makes some of you real dumb, just mush brains, just real dumb takes coming out of this, where people are like, if anybody else did it, they would be held accountable, so Trump is not above the law. And you go, okay, let's try to open our brains up a little tiny bit more. You're at like 1%. Let's try to get to like 5%, where we realize that the person who's on trial for a crime that doesn't have any victim, that's old, that nobody was chasing down to begin with, right? That would have been old news for anybody else. And clearly there's like some politics involved in this, right? That's obvious to anybody with a brain, right? The person who could possibly be sent to prison by this jury or this judge is very likely going to win the next election of the United States of America and be one of a small group of people to lead this country not only once, but twice. And setting up a precedent of finding tiny little issues and crimes that you think these people have committed and then going after them would be terrible. Just like if they went after Joe Biden for the classified documents and didn't let him off.
Oh no, they're
like
not.
They did.
They're done with the classified documents. They want to go after him for whether or not he withheld the weapons to go to Ukraine.
That's another thing that they're going. All this is stupid. These things are stupid, especially when you're the president. When you're the president, mostly speaking, I'm getting a little Nixonian here, but when you do it, it's not a crime, all right? Mostly speaking, if you're a president and you do something, it's not actually a crime because you're the president of the United States of America. That's how things actually work, if you understand how the system goes. But the problem is just the precedent that you set. So when Biden had the classified documents in his garage next to his Corvette or whatever he had, and obviously there's no nefarious plan for Biden,
I thought it was a recycling bin. Sorry.
Do I think Biden's working with the Chinese or something? Like, this is ridiculous. There's obviously no plan there.
Yeah, just because they're classified doesn't mean that they can, like, unravel the fabric of our nation.
Right. A lot of things are classified that, like, maybe they're important, but it's not like, oh, no, America is undermined by this. And a lot of this stuff is just excused as they did in the case with Biden, where they're like, it's an old dude. He made some mistakes. He forgot that the documents were there. That's it, right? Like, you don't need to go, nope, we got to follow the letter of the law. And technically, this is and you had to spend time behind bars, even though you're the president. This is stupid. This is how you ruin countries with potato brains like this. Open it up a little bit. Please, I believe in you, you folks in chat. I believe you're smarter than this. You can get there. We'll see how today goes, okay? Meanwhile, I want to talk about this because I thought this was kind of interesting. And remember when we did mention this on the show, right? I'm not crazy about McDonald's bringing back a $5 meal option.
You're crazy, dude.
Oh, am I? I thought we talked about that.
No, I've seen it on the news.
Okay, maybe I just talked about it in my head. But
we've talked a lot about McDonald's lately, but I don't think we covered that.
Well, they announced that they were going to have a cheaper option. Cheaper, I put in air quotes.
They announced that they were like looking at the idea of having a $5 menu, which is like, why would you announce that? It's not like you're going to piss anybody off by offering a cheap.
They are, though. That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm getting at here. Because McDonald's says we're going to have this $5 meal because that'll bring back price-cautious customers. All right? And it's going to be, I think it was either a McDouble or a spicy McChicken, fries, and a soda for $5, which, it's okay. It's not the worst deal in the world, considering everything else is so expensive now. They wanted to do this at McDonald's to fight back all these viral things where a Big Mac meal is $18 or $16, and that's going to scare off a lot of customers. Customers are tired of paying so much at fast food places. They'd rather sit down at a table at an Applebee's if they're going to pay that same amount of money. Why wouldn't they? We did that just the other day, Courtney and I. We were like, well, I want to get some Chick-fil-A. And then we went to get it on the app, and it would have been $42 because of all the fees and stuff. So instead, we just went to the Cheesecake Factory, and it was like $48 for like a whole meal with people serving you and all kinds of stuff. And I think a lot of people have gone down that route. So now, why would they not want to do this? Apparently, when they said they were going to do this $5 meal, C-Lane, the franchises voted, and like 90-something% of them said, no, we don't want to do this. We can't afford it. We're going to lose money if we do this $5 meal now that everything's so expensive. And 93%, this says 93% of the franchisee. 93% of the locations are operated by the franchisees, and they voted against doing this. So then McDonald's said, we still want this to happen. And McDonald's had to go to Coca-Cola to get Coca-Cola to pay all the franchisees so that they'll take on this deal for $5 meals at McDonald's locations. And it's like, wait, what's happening here? I'm trying to find out who's greedy. Who's the greedy person? Who's the person that we can yell at for getting a little greedy? Because corporate's like $5, but then it's not really corporate skin in the game if they're not the owner or the location of this McDonald's.
Right.
And then the franchisee is like, hey, corporate's promising something, but we can't afford it.
Now we have
lose
the
money
pressure
on
for
it.
But
can they really afford it? And they just want to make more money? Somebody's lying.
Give us the truth.
I would think somebody's not telling the full truth.
Lying about what? I mean, is it possible that the franchisees would have a problem covering this?
It is. It's possible, yeah. And it's really kind of weird that now another massive multinational corporation like Coca-Cola has to step in to pay for McDonald's to be able to let us have $5 value meals again. What is happening in this world? My God. Boy. All right, we're going to go over to your dispatches momentarily. PF on YouTube says, insurance fraud is now legal, according to Wasson. Nobody was hurt is the defense. You cannot be this stupid and obtuse. You really cannot be. Don't trigger me today. I'm on the edge with some of you. All right? The idea is that if you take a person who is probably going to be the president on what is undoubtedly a tiny crime. They're supposed to be misdemeanors. They took all the misdemeanors.
Crime is a crime, John.
And I believe for the first time ever, or first time that I've heard of, they took all the misdemeanors and they made them into a magical felony. A magical felony for this case that's going on in New York. You probably don't know about that, but that's okay. And what I'm saying is what's at risk here is bigger. If it was Biden, I'd say no. Now, if there was an actual real big stakes crime that was committed, espionage, anything where truly they were acting against the interests of America, I would say, hell yeah, throw them in jail. But I don't want to tear the country in half because somebody fudged the numbers on a payment to some ex-Playboy playmate in a National Enquirer story 1 billion years ago. I don't care personally.
Honestly, though, is this going to really tear the country in half more than it already will be?
Yes.
And has
yes.
been torn in the past?
I believe so. I believe if you throw Trump in prison, everybody who is to the right of center is supporting him. First of all, he'll sail through the election, I believe, if they actually put him behind bars. He'll sail through. And I believe that Republicans will say...
And he won't have to debate because he's in jail. So
yeah, he'll have an excuse why he won't debate. If Biden says, step up, let's do this. But everybody to the right of center is going to say the judicial branch of the government is tainted. It's poisoned. We can't trust it. We can't trust for there to be fairness here. And I think that is a super important thing. It's a really, really, really important thing for us to think about. Burning Hammer on YouTube says, Sean pulling out every week MAGA defense force argument. As soon as somebody thinks any president should be immune from any crime, regardless if there's a victim or not, it shows you're okay with fascism. That's just dumb. It's just really dumb. You don't have a brain. You're repeating things you've heard elsewhere. That's fine, but I'm glad that you're not in charge of anything. All right? That's my favorite part about today so far.
That's the mayor you're talking to.
That's my favorite part about today is that you're not in charge of the United States of America. Maybe I need to take hold. All right, let's see what we got.
For the love of God, no.
Yeah, I got to do it because everybody else is dumb. There's so many people who are just melting down out there. Your brains are just descending into nothingness.
You will become so uninterested in the job as soon as you get it.
President, I would never want to be it, and I would do so bad. You can't win. You can't win. You know what I mean? Like, that's we talked about this when we say, like, The Rock says he wants to run for president, or Mark Cuban. And who was the last president? I think Obama was for a little while. I'm going to say the word popular, all right? And when I say popular, I mean, like, at least above 50% approval rating, and more people like him than don't like him. George W. Bush, after 9/11, immensely popular.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, took a terrorist attack to get us there.
Hey, Jax.
Since that, you just really haven't had a lot of super... Obama was, for a time, pretty popular, even as he ended out things, and has been a professional through and through, and a very, very, like, I think a very presidential person. I know a lot of you won't agree with that, but I don't care. George H.W. Bush, Obama, I like when somebody ends their time being a leader in this country and then just kind of goes off to do whatever they want to do next and doesn't really get involved in all the mudslinging as much as they probably could. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's go over to Bruise Traveler with the dispatch here.
Hey guys, so I am a registered independent. I do not support either political party. I do not support Joe Biden or Donald Trump. I believe they're both terrible choices. That having been said, I also, under normal circumstances, would not support this case. But then I seem to remember somebody spending the majority of his 2016 candidacy doing a whole lock her up part of his campaign.
Yeah.
So
poisonous. It's bad when everybody does it.
Lock him up? Question mark?
Well, hold on. Is it bad when he does it? Because that's a big question. If it's bad when he does it, why isn't it bad when everybody else does it? I don't want people saying to lock their political opponents up. I don't want people to say people who disagree with me on campuses at colleges should be silenced. I want ideas to be able to flourish out there, whether or not you like them or not. You know what I mean? I don't want everything to be like, hey, this person disagrees. Let's lock them up. That sucks. That's a stupid country. I don't want to live in that country. This country's great. We don't do that kind of stuff.
Thing? One of us would have been in jail so many times.
Oh, my God.
Almost 11 years on the show.
I'd probably still be behind bars.
Constantly disagreeing. Right, C-Lane?
C-Lane be free. He'd be doing the show by himself.
Hi, guys.
It's the C-Lane show.
Let's see. Here's Seychelles. Oh, no. Is he talking about Apple or Samsung? Had it first, probably, is going to be his thing.
Good morning, the news junkie,
Good
Sean
afternoon.
Silane, and of course, my lovely Sabrina Sean. I just wanted to let you know that, not going to blow your bubble up or anything like this.
Blow your bubble.
But the Samsung S24, S23 series have the live translate that will translate you speaking on the phone directly to the other person in another language on the phone. Very live translate.
Okay, that would be, I know what he's saying. That's cool. That's a cool feature, actually. So you put on live translate, and then you talk into your phone to a person who speaks another language, and the translator is the one who's like doing the conversing back and forth. That's super smart. Yeah, don't you love the idea that we could talk to the whole world? That's cool, man. That I could speak with anybody in any language. They talked about using AI at iHeartRadio to, at some point, take our podcast and translate it into various languages.
Oh, that'd be cool. And we could hear
Wouldn't that be
ourselves
cool?
speaking in different languages.
That's one thing. But we could speak to all of these people in all these countries, all around the world, and we could talk to them. We could hang out with them every single day.
So many more people could find out how stupid we are.
There's a lot of potential.
Also, we're taking people's jobs with the excitement of it all.
That. Yeah,
You love taking people's jobs.
No, I don't like that part of it. And when I saw the ChatGPT demo yesterday, I was like, man, this is a lot of jobs. Like when they're showing the kid being taught by ChatGPT, and here's how I explained to him how to figure out, the angles on this triangle and what sides are what and all that, and not give him the answer, but lead him to the answer. I think two things. I think one, holy cow, this is really cool. Think of all the people in impoverished countries, like some South American, Central American countries, African countries, who are not as far along in terms of education attainment in their countries. Think of like giving these tool sets to these people, because they do. A lot of them have smartphones and access to these things. That's crazy. That's cool. That's a big thing. That's a big win, a W for human beings. But then I go, does this make a lot of teachers nervous that now somebody's there to replace your job, or a tutor's job?
Interpreters.
Or an interpreter's job. Exactly. Like all these things that do amazing things also end up doing bad things. And that is the thing we have to really struggle with. We'll see what you think about it. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now. We didn't do the portal story. I was triggered yelling at the dodos online, and I didn't get to the story, which I like more than anything.
Thanks a lot, dodos.
Yeah, Sean,
we'll do that next.
Need more rubber and glue, please.
Everybody will enjoy this together. We'll get into the portal from New York City to Dublin, which was a really bad idea. That's the easiest way to say it.
Very entertaining.
It was fun, but it was a bad idea because you know what people do. You know what they do, and we're going to find out together. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Later today on the Jim Colbert Show, we'll learn a little about John Mulaney for What You Do That's New. Then we'll learn how to move closer to financial security with financial advisor Scott Brown. The winner of JCS Trivia today will get to pick the concert tickets of their choice between Limp Bizkit or Sammy Hagar. All of that plus 4 shots at winning $1,000. And your calls, texts, and talk back.
The Jim Colbert Show. Today at 3 p.m. on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Orlando, I hope your Tuesday ride right now is a smooth and safe one. And on the major highways and roads at this time, looks like your usual delay. I-4 eastbound approaching State Road 535, as well as approaching World Drive. Right now, westbound on the 408, approaching Mills Avenue, there's an incident causing a delay. Give yourself a little extra time there, but we're clear eastbound. Right now, no issues north or southbound on the Turnpike or the Greenway. Our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Brian Black.
This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen. DQ fans, cool off with their new Summer Blizzard treat menu. Try new Picnic Peach Cobbler or snag a perfect beach treat like their new Peanut Butter Cookie Dough Party. The new Summer Blizzard treat menu is one you won't want to miss. Only at participating DQ locations. Happy tastes good.
Listen up, my business-owning friends. Do you have a high-interest rate SBA loan at 9, 10, maybe 11%? If you qualify and have paid on time for the past 2 years, that mortgage guy, Don, can refinance your SBA loan at an 8.25% fixed rate. Maybe you need a loan to buy a franchise. Go to thatmortgageguyDon.com. Do you want to build or expand your business? Go to thatmortgageguyDon.com. Work with an expert who not only has your best interest in mind, but he also is your friend. Peace of mind right there at your fingertips by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Yes, I'm concerned about my water heater.
If your concern is of a serious nature, press 1. If it's more of a frivolous matter, press 2.
Doesn't even make sense.
Just press 1 or 2.
Fine.
Fine. What are you so concerned about?
My water heater's like 15 years old, and I'm worried it might...
Oh, this is exciting. Has it burst yet?
Well, no, but...
Only a matter of time. Hey, everyone. 15-year-old water heater. Place your bets.
Are you laying odds on when my tank will fail?
Have to make this call interesting somehow.
This would never happen at Frank Gay.
True enough. So, $10 buy-in. What's your guess?
Guess I should have called Frank Gay.
When you need a new water heater, it's no time to gamble. You want your problem fixed fast before it turns into a bigger one. That's the Frank Gay way.
I've got a side bet he'll hang up and call Frank Gay in 3, 2, I win!
FrankGayServices.com.
Are you bogged down with constant sneezing, watery eyes, and congestion? Do you get sinus headaches and infections? No one should have to suffer season after season. And thanks to Aspire Allergy and Sinus, treating your allergies is easier than you think. With personalized treatment plans tailored to your needs and budget, you can say goodbye to allergy and sinus issues for good. Book your appointment today at AspireAllergy.com. Aspire Allergy and Sinus, where relief is just around the corner. AspireAllergy.com.
Looking to save on your internet bill? Spectrum has designed affordable internet offers just for you.
You came to the right place. Spectrum has an affordable internet offer for eligible families. And you could save a ton with the Spectrum Internet 2-year price guarantee.
Switch to Spectrum Internet starting at $29.99 a month and a 2-year price guarantee with no contracts. And get a 1-year trial of Spectrum Mobile Unlimited risk-free. Call 1-833-563-2888.
Ready to switch?
Sign us up. Offer subject to change based on eligibility requirements. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-200-1966. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-200-1966. That's 800-200-1966 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-200-1966. 800-200-1966.
Here's what a Fence Outlet customer said about her experience.
After researching several fence companies, my husband and I decided to go with Fence Outlet. They gave us several fencing options and were quick with responses and ideas. They even offered 0 down, 0% financing for 12 months, which was huge for us. We are loving our Fence Outlet fence that adds to the beauty of our home and security for our family.
Thank you, Fence Outlet. Go to fenceoutlet.com today. Financing with approved credit. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Kick off your summer with iHeart 80s. Rewind to a decade in music that defined a generation. From Madonna to Michael. And more. iHeart 80s. iHeart 80s goes commercial free all Memorial Day weekend and every weekend. Open the free iHeart app, search iHeart 80s, and start listening now. iHeart Radio. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, HAPPY, H-A-P-P-Y, HAPPY. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Real Radio 104.1.
If it's important to you, it's on and probably being mocked by.
It's why we can't have nice things. It's why we can't have futuristic things that seem cool when you pitch them at the boardroom table. When somebody goes, hey guys, got an idea. Tell me how this hits you. we create a live video portal between Dublin and New York City.
It's going to change the world.
Yep.
Are
And
they
you know what?
like sister cities?
Are they? I don't know. That's a good question. But they open up a live stream portal. It's big. It's a big thing. And in this live stream portal, you have like a big screen, and each side can show something to the camera, and you could display stuff. You know, you dancing, you waving.
It's very cool
from
looking.
Dublin. Yeah, it's cool. Here it is in front of me. It's like a giant, like, looks like an X-Men portal thing or something. I don't know what to call it, but it's a huge thing. I've seen a couple of them, I think.
I think it looks like X-Men. I mean,
it looks like something Professor X would roll through. Not necessarily would have a screen on it or something, but it looks like something from, I should say, like the superhero world.
Yeah, like Austin Powers when he travels in time. And
Maybe. And it,
we need to go to a movie together.
It spins around and it comes out the other end.
Yeah.
Well, they got this screen. In Dublin, they see a live feed of what's happening in New York City. In New York City, they see a live feed of what's happening in Dublin. And for 5 seconds, it's nice. It's a sweet little thing. And everybody's like, oh, look at that. We're waving at Dublin. Oh, we're waving at New York City. And then 5 seconds later, it turns into a lot of bad stuff. And I put this because it's a visual up on See It Now over at thenewsjunkie.com. Somebody put their phone up to it and it says, RIP Pop Smoke. All right. That seems fine. There's a whole bunch of people in Dublin live. They're staring back into the camera. Then somebody put the World Trade Center towers with the plane incoming, and one of the towers already on fire, and showed that up to the portal and showed the folks in New York City, hey, here you go. Let's remind you of this.
That's kind of savage.
And it got even weirder. Let's go over
Apparently, some woman was arrested almost like within 24 hours, but on the Irish side, but they haven't updated on like what she was arrested for. Just a picture of her.
Well, there was a
woman. They should have retaliated with like a picture of an Irish car bomb or something like that.
But there was a woman over there. It is. Yeah, we could have done that. There was a woman who is in a little bit of trouble, at least, and this is maybe why the thing has been shut down. The portal is shut down, folks, because this woman went in front of it and just flashed everybody who was looking into the portal from the other side. And they're like, we can't have nice things. We have to shut them all down.
Those are nice things. Come on.
Well, I mean, I can't
tell. I can't see them.
Is that on the Irish side or New York side? I'm sorry.
This is New York.
That. Good
That's
on
New
us.
York flashing
That's America,
Dublin.
baby.
And everybody watching from the other side. So you create a portal, you think you've made something amazing, and this is what we get. The visuals on this you can see over on thenewsjunkie.com at any time. If you're listening to this show on podcast or some other way, you can always make your way over there and see what we were talking about each day. All right, let's hear from a couple of you. We got some time here before we learn what's happening on the next episode. Here's Oregon Transplant talking about AI in an optimistic way.
Hey, junkies. I hope you're having a good day so far.
You too.
My optimistic take with the AI takeover is that it will put more impetus and pressure to covet human-created art, tools, education, and all of that stuff.
Yes.
Maybe AI will just be the basic access that everyone has, and then you can pay a premium to have human-curated things in the future. Just a thought.
I would love to believe what you're saying, but I think that you're disregarding the fact that there's a lot of people who aren't curious about these things. Like that don't they just want to speak to a thing and get an answer. And the answer is less important that the answer be true, more important that the answer be the right answer for them. And there's a difference between those two things because there's truth or as close to it as you can get. Of course, some things have no truth, you know? Are pit bulls by nature aggressive, mean dogs? There's not just a yes or no to that. Is abortion morally right or wrong? It's not just a yes or no to these questions, even though most people think there are. But people just want to hear their own opinions back. And I don't believe that they're going to be like, well, we can have AI, but I want this one because humans are behind it. The humans haven't done a great job. Honestly, Google was great for a while, and Google became the thing. But Google it doesn't serve up the greatest results anymore. They're trying now to replace that with AI results. I think Celine was just quoting not too long ago the Google AI because now it dominates the search results. It's on top. It's big, and it's not there hasn't been anything from humans on Google. It's all part of their algorithm. But I wish I had that same optimism. My biggest problem is truly to stay away from like the robot uprising type stuff and just be serious about it. My biggest problem is I just think about all the jobs that are lost. And each thing that happens here, more and more jobs are lost. And eventually you go, what are these people going to do? We can only have so many programmers. We can only have so many people who fix the robots or fix the AI. It's tough right now to think of what the job market looks like in 20 years, in 30 years. Is there some utopia like people want there to be where the robots do all the jobs for us so we can just get paid money for doing nothing? Some people believe that. I'm not necessarily full on board with that. Let's do another one here. Here is Funny Book Boy with a dispatch.
The man tried to overthrow the country, and I know that's not what's at trial right now, but you're saying that it would be bad for us for him not to go to jail, for him to go to jail? That makes no sense. If he does a crime and literally tries to overthrow the country, you're saying, oh, it would look bad for America if this criminal doesn't go to jail. How does that make sense, Sean?
Okay. First of all, there's no charges against Trump for trying to overthrow a country. If he's charged for that, put him on trial for that. If you find him guilty of doing that, certainly something that a president should be held accountable for. They shouldn't be held accountable for stupid little issues like this that could rip the country further in half. Doesn't matter. Also, for the record, more you get triggered by this, I'm going to do as good a possible job today, just getting everybody irritated for at least 5 seconds. I don't think Hunter Biden should go to jail for a lot of the stuff that Republicans want him to go to jail for. I don't think it is the biggest deal in the world that afterwards we found his dummy laptop and he was smoking crack on there, so he lied on his form to get a gun, right? And I think a lot of these things are just stupid. It's useless. It's warfare in the political sense where you want people that you disagree with to go to prison. Nobody in their right mind is like, this Stormy Daniels thing is important. And all the polling data, by the way, bears that out. The people don't care about this. They don't care about that case. Even if they don't like Trump, they're like, this is stupid. Why are we doing this? If you got him for something bigger, get him for something bigger. But not this. This looks petty. Looks political. Doesn't look good to me. We'll get to more of you momentarily. But you can join in on the fun, on the action, on whatever is happening here at any given point in time. We move and change fast. All you have to do is go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now. Over on chat, people are talking about how the weather is freaking out here, at least where we're based here today. Woo! Buddy, it's nasty outside.
It was
you can hear the wind.
disgusting this morning.
Was it really?
It wasn't necessarily where we are, but I saw on the weather report, they're like, here's a box where all possible tornado activity could happen today. And it was just the top half of Florida. It was the biggest box I've ever seen.
It's a little bit shady outside in some parts today. Hopefully everybody else, wherever you're listening, you're doing a little bit better weather-wise. Okay, when we come back, the next episode with Sabrina. What's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? This week in our current dystopia, diss tracks are #1 on the charts, and convicted stalkers are getting club nights. Yay! Harry Potter fan sites are being plagued by Wingardium pedophilias. Plus, just because you orchestrate the murder of your mom doesn't mean you can't wish her a happy Mother's Day, right? All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio, at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Ken, and Mike. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. And this afternoon, we're going to have some storms rolling in. Any storms could produce damaging wind gusts, even an isolated tornado. So today's a Fox 35 storm alert day. Just be weather aware. We'll otherwise have a pretty warm and breezy one. High temperatures reaching the lower 90s, feeling like it's 100 with the humidity. If you don't get the rain today, you have a much better chance for tomorrow as a system approaches Central Florida. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by J. David Tax Law.
If you owe the IRS and can't pay, now is the time to call J. David Tax Law. After a 2-year hiatus, the IRS has resumed their aggressive collections letters. Don't wait. Call J. David Tax Law or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com.
Tommy Mello here, owner of A1 Garage Door Service. Springtime savings are here, and now is the perfect time to service your garage. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. If your garage door is noisy, if bugs are getting in, or if it struggles to open, your garage door is in need of repair. From simple repairs to upgrades, it's A1 from day one. We fix garage doors fast and with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. Our springs, rollers, and openers are tested by running them up and down, open and closed, all day, 24/7, so you can feel confident with every A1 garage door repair. Replacing the bottom rubber on your garage door can have a huge impact on the number of bugs you see in your garage and in your home. As the weather starts to warm up, keep those creepy crawlers outside by calling A1 Garage Door Service today and receive the best service, best parts, and best warranty in the industry.
A1Garage.com. A1 from day one.
Call today and take advantage of our $29.95 tune-up special.
Each morning across Florida, hundreds of Duke Energy line workers start each day with one thing on our minds: making the grid stronger and more reliable for you. To us, it's about more than keeping the lights on. It's about being more efficient to help lower costs for our customers. It's more than a job, it's a commitment to building a smarter, more reliable energy future for Florida. Find out more at duke-energy.com/FL Future. Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Mattress Firm's Memorial Day sale is here. Save up to $500 on select adjustable bed sets like the all-new Temper Adapt collection with advanced pressure relief to help reduce aches and pains. Plus, get a $300 instant gift for pillows and more. Hurry into Mattress Firm today.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group, and I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney, and the truth is I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney or if I look like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. At Wesley, we've helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshare without me being an attorney. And I want to share with you how we do it. Just give my office a call, and you will not talk to an attorney. And I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare, or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-822-1490. 800-822-1490. 800-822-1490.
Think identity theft won't happen to you? Think again. There's a new victim every 3 seconds in the U.S., over 15 million this year alone, and many don't even know they're victims. LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss even when you monitor your credit. If your identity's stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% their first year with my name, Clay, as the promo code at LifeLock.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Occupying the space between high society and prison tattoos. This
In just a moment, all things happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. And don't forget, friend, you have less than 24 hours, I believe, or just a little over 24 hours, actually, to go and get the latest merch drop. And I think it's about 75%-ish sold out, so make a move now while you can. If you go over to thenewsjunkie.com, you'll see here right on top of the website, it says, get your Clouds shirts. Yes, they're Clouds. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. There's rumors all over the place. No, it's Clouds. They're Clouds. And you can get a light mode,
Clouds are
which
awesome.
is...
Where we can get more clouds. You know someone to get more clouds from?
It's a light mode is a daytime view, and dark mode is a nighttime view with the moon.
Got a bag of clouds, y'all.
Has an awesome cloud magnet along with it right here that you get. And you also get a Fickle Beast X-ray sticker. So you can get in on Game of Magnets, support the show in the best way possible, and get you some high-quality merch because these are super soft, really nice shirts. Go get yours again while you can at thenewsjunkie.com, thenewsjunkie.com, and you can pick them up right now. All right, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it. Even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Toma kalata potuta.
Nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina.
You celebrated a little too hard.
Oh, I loved it. Someone needs to make a remix of that. That's the next club
You sounded
hit.
like Jabba the Hutt.
What happened there? You said you didn't have the technology to grab me saying dumb things anymore.
Not as quick as usual. I
Yes.
still have the slow way.
And sorry to tell you, but Angel came and gave me a very quick 101 on how to do the thing myself. So.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah,
Perfect.
it's a great
Perfect.
time. Like, for example.
Toma kalata potuta.
Smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don, thatmortgageguyDon.com, and of course, the Home Loans Radio Show. If you're refinancing, buying your first dream home, perhaps you're just...
Toma kalata potuta. That was like 90 minutes ago, and I don't even remember what it was about.
You really don't?
No, I forgot.
You were quoting Avatar.
No, was I?
Oh, my God, Sean. It was the
Wait.
graduation names,
Oh,
man.
yeah, the names. Okay, now.
Go to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
I thought maybe he was talking to the AI and it was going to translate, you know, for whoever needs to hear that in English.
Toma kalata potuta.
Don't miss the book, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
It's my new favorite clip. I think so. It was 26 years ago, 1998. This guy right here.
George Michael.
George Michael is right. And
You got arrested?
it was on this day. He was actually pleading no contest in the Beverly Hills Municipal Court to committing a lewd act in a park restroom. And I decided to print out the article from this day in 1998, and it is fascinating to me.
All right, okay.
I just want to let you know he was fined $810, given 80 hours of community service, and ordered to undergo counseling. That I'm sure went very well. But on this day, it was the attorney for the Beverly Hills District Attorney's Office. Her name was Attorney Ellen Aragon. She was very upset because it appeared that George Michael was going to give MTV all the business. And it was also around this time that he premiered the Outside music video. Do you remember this?
No, I don't think I know that song.
The music video was kind of loosely based on what happened that day. It was how it showed his side of the story. It was an entrapment of some sort. He claimed that an undercover officer fooled him into thinking he was interested in engaging in a sex act with the singer inside of this public restroom, and screamed it was entrapment in a beautiful voice with that earring. As for the arrest, the attorney said she specifically asked the undercover officer involved whether he did anything prior to Michael's committing the lewd act to lead the singer to believe that the officer was gay. And I quote, even an action as small as a smile. Did you do a gay smile, officer? Officer said no. Denied making
Trying to think, have you done any gay smiles lately?
Yeah, I'm questioning.
What's a gay smile look like? Go ahead. Make it gay. Oh.
Like that?
How many did you have to rip out of your mouth before you made that smile? It was so gay.
Added that he is an extremely honest and straightforward guy, and that he and the other officer involved in the arrest did not recognize the singer. They didn't even know who George Michael was. During an MTV interview that preceded the premiere of the Outside clip, Michael alleged that the arrest in itself was illegal. He got followed into the restroom, didn't know it was a cop, obviously. He started playing this game, and I quote George Michael, "I'll show you mine, and when you show me yours, I'll nick you."
Oh, wait. That sounds bad. Wait, nick is arrest, isn't it?
Yeah. No, that's what George said to the officer, the undercover officer, who gave him the gay smile or something
What
like that.
does nick mean in that equation?
I think bang or mop.
Yeah.
Maybe in British terms. I don't know. Either way, that's what happened. Now let's go to present-day courtrooms, and this lady right here, the Honorable
Judge Judy.
Judge Judy,
is right, and she is now suing the National Enquirer and In Touch Weekly for defamation. And to that I say, good luck. Because that happens, I think, once a week that people try to sue them.
I bet they get sued a lot. I bet it happens a lot.
For defamation, and she wants them to pay. Both publications ran a story claiming that Judge Judy was trying to get a retrial for the Menendez brothers, who are both in prison for murdering their parents. And Judy says there's absolutely no truth to it. When you fabricate stories about me in order to make money for yourselves with no regard for the truth or the reputation I've spent a lifetime cultivating, it's gonna cost you.
Cheers. Good luck to her. I hope she wins.
No word on how much she is suing for, but she is big mad and is going to take them to court.
Good. More people should do that. When somebody defames you, just completely make something up. That's totally, she's saying, not like there's anything that you could factually believe in.
How did that even come up as a story?
They did the same thing with Ted Cruz and like the Zodiac Killer or something like that.
That he was the Zodiac Killer?
That was at the National Enquirer. This all came out of Trump's case too. I
think it's easy to work at the National Enquirer as far as like making up these stories, or is it hard?
I knew a lady years ago who worked at the National Enquirer, and she was a shut-in who lived in this tiny little house. She was a hoarder, and her whole house was full of National Enquirer magazines, and she said they would fax her at the time a bunch of zany stuff that she had to write, like it would be Judge Judy wants the Menendez brothers to get a retrial, and then she would just write the article, and that's what her job was. That's how she
did
everything.
With no chat GPT.
Nope.
Look at that.
No AI.
I appreciate the creativeness, and I don't know how to segue into this, but this lady right here.
I never remember her name. She killed her mom.
She orchestrated the murder of her mother.
Rose?
Come on. It's a very... facing some serious backlash over the tribute she made on Mother's Day. And now she's defending herself while also fending off some serious threats online. We'll call her GRB. And now you know her. And she had a heartfelt tribute on TikTok for her deceased mother, Dee Dee, as well as other mother figures in her life. I meant to send you the TikTok, and now I'm just remembering. Maybe we can find it. I don't believe she cursed in it. It was simply meant to acknowledge her stepmother, Christy, and boyfriend, Ken Urker's mom, as they've done a lot for her in the recent years, and not anything to do with her mother, who is no longer with us because her ex-boyfriend murdered her. And we've been through that.
What the hell?
I'm sorry.
I brought up her account, and it says, couldn't find this account. Like, it's down. Doesn't say that.
She adds, I said when I hope my mom is proud of me, people are thinking I meant she would be proud of the murder, period. That is obviously not what I meant. I meant she would be proud of me in heaven, like getting my GED, moving towards independence, learning how to cook, clean, having my own bank account, etc.
I got it if you want to see it.
Yeah, hit it.
Okay, here she is.
DJ.
So today is Mother's Day, and I wanted to make a video basically celebrating the really strong
Her voice has
and
not gone
wonderful
down at
women
all.
that I have in my life.
No, it's pretty high pitched.
That have been
It's Mother's Day,
mother
so she wants to
figures
celebrate
me
the
over
men?
The last 8.5 years.
That's weird.
He has a weird mom thing. Remember?
I first want to start off by saying,
You know what I will say though? When I look at this, she does look healthy compared to, like, obviously when her mother was poisoning her, she was really, really, really sickly. She looks like she's doing well.
Yeah, I like the new the hair as well. She dyed
She just
it.
look like, if you look at her skin, you look at her, she looks like she's healthy now, which is good because she wasn't for a very long time.
Let's give her, maybe a carton of cigarettes so we can just go from up here to a little
Down
bit
a little
more.
bit, a little bit huskier, maybe.
So happy Mother's Day, even if you were murdered by your own daughter. The fans of this franchise right here.
Oh,
Harry Potter.
Yeah, that's right.
Hermione.
Harry Potter.
You.
Oh.
What? Harry
Wait, it's
Potter
Harry
is
Potter,
right.
right?
I was just doing the quote. Oh, mother, speaking of Mother's Day, she had a bad one. She has described how her daughter was groomed and persuaded to run away from home by a pedophile posing as a teenager in a Harry Potter fan website.
My God.
That's a mouthful, Snape.
Honestly, what took it so long? You think they'd be littered with pedophiles?
Excuse
The
me.
Dunder Mifflin website.
Amid the rise in online grooming and sextortion of children, she warned that online forums and group chats on the likes of WhatsApp can be breeding grounds for groomers. She was drawn into the site because she loved the books. She swiftly made friends there, and that online fandom, multiple sites are now targeting young children full of pedophiles and not fellow Harry Potter fans. The letters didn't seem like they were written by a child. That's what the mother was saying. Had child's handwriting on the envelope, but the letters inside were in cursive, which is to suggest that children don't know cursive anymore.
Probably true.
They had the French.
You think you could write in cursive, Sean?
God, I don't think I've done it in 10 years, maybe, other than
that
signatures.
somehow stuck with me. Like I
Really?
did.
I've tried a couple
very
times,
well
like
in my cursive class.
on my iPad with one of the pens or pencils or whatever.
Did you steal my Apple Pen?
No.
Okay. Just want to double check.
If I did, though. if I had stolen your Apple pen or pencil,
I don't know. It's gone. I'll tell you that.
if I had
Empty.
stolen it, you think that I would just cop to it right now?
It would be a good chance to do so. You know, this is
says-
a safe space.
It looks like around 37% of educated Americans write strictly in cursive. 55 use a print cursive mix.
I love writing in cursive. There's just like some letters in which I get very confused and end up doing
Z.
Yeah,
Z,
always.
J,
Maybe you'd like to spell buzz.
and no thanks.
I just straight up put regular Z's in there. That's what I do.
You're
I do
crazy, dude.
The B in cursive, the U in cursive, then I'll just rock 2 Z's in there.
And speaking, just rocking
I know.
those Z's
Wild man.
all day. And just before the time is up, if you are a DJ or good at music production, especially when it comes to EDM or trap remixes, please email me, Sabrina@realradio.fm. By Friday, I would like, or maybe next week, because it's something is ringing in my head and I don't have the skills to make this into the remix I want it to be. Is there an AI for that?
No.
Okay.
No.
In the meantime, speaking of,
He doesn't know, but he's trying. He's like, no, there's definitely not.
there's
It's
something to
not
it.
a thing.
It doesn't serve me in any way. If I say yes, there's an AI and it does this.
It's there. It is really there. And if you want to get in the club before this remix is made, then you can go to the new club night that is apparently being hosted by the real life Martha from Baby Reindeer.
Really?
She has been booked for a nightclub appearance over in Coventry. The nightclub says it's planning to hold a world exclusive night for Fiona Harvey, the woman on which the character is allegedly based on, according to a post on Facebook. Casbah nightclub advertised the event, writing a personal appearance by Fiona Harvey, a.k.a. Martha of Baby Reindeer. They just straight up said it.
I watched that Piers Morgan thing last night.
You got through the entire thing?
It was too long. I needed to do the Cliff Note version.
Her accent gave me anxiety, and she spoke a lot directly into the camera.
Is she coherent or is she just like all over the place
Well, she knows
mentally?
her facts. I mean, she knew a lot about Piers Morgan, like his birthday
really?
and how old he was, and
Really?
she was
Told you.
prepared, kind
She
of.
gonna stalk him.
You know what? We're
Done that stalking.
going to work on a part of the website at one point in time here.
For
at some
stalking
point in
people.
time.
Yeah.
No, where we can drop the clips so that people can create things out of them and like do what we're talking about. So that'll be right there for you to download with ease too.
On the boob tube. We got The Voice on NBC, The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, 10th anniversary special on NBC as well.
Somebody said, Melissa on YouTube says, the new drop sounds like the beginning of that song, Stuck on a Feeling, which is like, ooga chaka, ooga.
Or it sounds like the beginning of Pretty Fly for a White Guy.
Yeah. All right.
We
Sorry
got
for the
options.
Sorry.
Premiere of the limited series, The Killing Kind on Hulu, and the premiere of the reality series, Hostage Wreck.
Huh?
Robert De Niro on Fallon. And follow your dreams on me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. Most importantly, say it with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. Quick break. When we come back, we have to tap into our childhood for the latest piece of
Trigger
advice.
warning.
And this is one of those things that I think people will get fired up about, even though it's like there's no reason to fight over this. It's not political in the slightest. But it's an interesting question, and it's going to come down to how you grew up as to how you're going to answer it. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Orlando, I hope your Tuesday ride right now is a smooth and safe one. And on the major highways and roads at this time, looks like your usual delay. I-4 eastbound approaching State Road 535, as well as approaching World Drive. Right now, westbound on the 408, approaching Mills Avenue, there's an incident causing a delay. Give yourself a little extra time there, but we're clear eastbound. Right now, no issues north or southbound on the Turnpike or the Greenway. Our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Brian Black.
This report is sponsored by Gatorland.
It's Gatorpalooza at Gatorland.
Live music, artisans, animals, and alligators.
May 18th and 19th.
Florida residents get in half off with valid Florida ID.
Celebrate all things alligators.
Only at Gatorland.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Todd Rundgren Live. Me, We 2024 Tour. Friday, May 24th, the Plaza Live. On sale now at AXS.com.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. You know, it's been a year since the launch of Life Imaging FLA here in Central Florida, and we could not be more proud to celebrate this milestone. In just 12 months, the team has successfully conducted hundreds of proactive scans, helping to save lives and making a positive impact in this community. It has been an amazing year, 70-plus lives saved, and I'm telling you, it's much more than that. This is the only way to go. This scan from Life Imaging FLA is a game changer, and it's free. That's right. Listen, man. Early detection saves lives. And in 30% of heart disease cases, sudden death is the very first symptom. So get this scan from Life Imaging FLA. This is a $699 value, just a few minimum requirements, and it couldn't be easier to make your appointment. Just pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, and say the keyword free heart scan. That's all you got to do. Pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds, guys. Make that call today. Make this the year you take care of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeart Media.
When you call me for an injury case, you don't pay a dime unless we win. The call and the advice are always free. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Discover a career that matters at the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. Be part of an innovative team delivering world-class health care and benefits to America's veterans. Enjoy robust benefits, work-life balance, and career development opportunities. Join a diverse and inclusive community that values your unique background and skills. A community where nearly 1 in 3 of your colleagues are veterans themselves. Apply now at vacareers.va.gov.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
Do you think a tiny chip in your windshield is nothing to worry about? I'm Pascal with SafeLight. Sooner or later, every chip will crack. So don't wait. Schedule at safelight.com. We can come to you for free and repair that chip fast. And with most insurance, a chip repair is no cost to you. Don't let that tiny chip crack your whole windshield. Go to safelight.com for free mobile service. Conditions may apply.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's starting with the woots. And now a speech.
I just want to say that friendship is about heart and brain. Who's with me?
Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
And my brain is saying, when it's time to go home, somebody call me a ride.
Love that guy.
Me too.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Haley, quote, "Navage is the best thing I bought. I love it. My nose feels so clear now and I can breathe. I've been struggling with a stuffy nose for weeks. I bought Navage and it's amazing." Or this one. "I use Navage every night, could not imagine life without it. I have 5 cats, and before I found Navage, I was a clogged mess. Now I breathe so much better." Unquote. Those are 2 of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Think identity theft won't happen to you? Think again. There's a new victim every 3 seconds in the U.S., over 15 million this year alone, and many don't even know they're victims. LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss even when you monitor your credit. If your identity's stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% their first year with my name, Clay, as the promo code at LifeLock.com.
Hey, you don't live here.
Protect your little ones and their furry best friends by securing your home with a fence from FenceOutlet.com. A great-looking fence beautifies your home and keeps it safe. Get your free quote today at FenceOutlet.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit MillsAir.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GRAND. G-R-A-N-D. GRAND. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Send him your tips and your deepest, darkest secrets. Email tips at the...
See what's on your mind. You want to do some yelling? That's fine. There's a lot to yell about out in the world, and sometimes it's good to get off your chest, and we'll see how it goes. We'll ping-pong back and forth a little bit. But before all of that, I want to talk about something. I want to talk about a story that I saw in the Atlantic, and it is one of these ones. It's like not political at all, but people have very, very strong feelings about it one way or another. When you think about buying a house, what's one of the first things that you think about, like as far as your needs, right? When you're like, my checklist of things if I'm going to be buying a house or renting a house, it doesn't matter. Either one is.
As far as like the house itself, or what it would take for me as the person that is about to buy it?
The house itself. Like what are the most important attributes of
ample
the
space
house?
to cook meth.
All right, meth cooking space. We'll put that in there.
You saw
it's
my
not
list.
the correct answer, just for the record. That's not the right one.
I mean, for me personally, I would say a neighborhood that I feel safe in.
Okay, that's a big one.
I would say a house that doesn't need a whole lot of updating, like where are we at with the roof and the AC and the foundation.
Okay. All right, one of the things that's at the top of the list.
Any right answers on my part?
Those are all right answers, technically. Cool. But one of the things that I think would come up when you ask yourself this, like what is important to me when I get a house, would be how many bedrooms does it have?
Right.
Right. And in the United States, we just go bedroom crazy on some of these places. We're doing the show from Orlando, and you're listening from wherever you are. I'm sure there's a lot of similarities there. But we have places, we have weird places in Orlando. Like there's some little neighborhoods or big neighborhoods where nobody actually lives there. They're all vacation rentals. And the houses have like 11 or 12 bedrooms. And a lot of the bedrooms are like exact carbon copies of one another.
I've been to that.
For people on vacation. It's like for people going to the theme parks and stuff, I think, mostly.
My family, like my mom's side, rented out, and it was like all the grandkids. I think it was like 12 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And it was insane because on the outside, you don't really know how many bedrooms there actually are. And they're like, oh, yeah, no, there's 11. They're all themed. There's bunk beds.
It's
Opportunity
crazy.
for everybody.
It's crazy how we do this. And you go, well, why do we need, in the United States of America in particular, so many bedrooms? And the answer is that when people are thinking about having a family, they always think about, well, each kid should have his own room. And this argument in the Atlantic, which I thought was interesting that got fired off, was why do so many parents think kids need their own bedroom? And what they were getting at was like, you don't need to have a room for every child that you may have in your house, although we think this way. And I think people will have various takes on this. We'll probably all have a kind of similar take because, as far as I know, none of us shared a room with anybody, I don't think. Did you?
Tongue. Yeah.
You did? Obviously, I know you grew up with your sisters, but did all three of you, or you had to share a room with one of them?
Oh, I shared a room with the twins for many years. And when I was much younger, it was me and my brother sharing a room. And then I eventually got my own room. The twins always shared. And then when I moved into the garage.
What are you the middle child?
I'm the oldest.
You're the oldest.
I'm the oldest, yeah. But it was.
Where do the twins fit in?
They're middle, right?
Nope, they're the youngest.
They're the youngest?
And then
Okay, so you, your brother, and then the twins are the youngest.
And so when my brother was old enough, when I feel like it was around the time that our bodies are changing and it's time that he's not, sharing a room, then he got his own room. I shared with the twins. And then there was...
got his own little, like, Jack Shack?
Don't say that. What are you doing, man?
What? Now I can't
You had to make
even...
it weird?
Yeah,
We're
you
talking
did,
about
man.
childhood, Sea-Lane. We're talking about childhood,
God,
all right?
man.
When you got your own room, is this the most important part? Did you enjoy... This seems like such an obvious question. Did you enjoy having your own room more than sharing it with somebody?
Yeah,
okay.
Without a doubt. Especially, I got my own... It was a smaller one than the twins had to share. And then when I got the garage...
Then you had all the space.
That's when I was living my best life.
Yeah, that's life right there. But
we could tell by how mad you were when the garage was gifted to somebody else.
I wish I would have heard about it ahead of time. Sure.
A lot of times people go with this route. Steve-O's saying 2 boys can share a room if needed, bunk beds. It all depends on how old the kids are. But we have this idea in our heads that everybody needs their own room. Therefore, now we need a 5-bedroom house or like a 6-bedroom house. You can't do this anymore. And kids can thrive if they're sharing a room with another kid.
Yeah,
sometimes.
Sometimes. I also think that there is something to be learned on having your own privacy. Like, and if you are sharing a room your entire life, you're risking like not being able to be alone in a room as an adult.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, that's tough. And I remember I had a friend who I went over his house when we were 12 or 13, and I was so jealous. He not only had his own room, but he had his own bathroom attached to his room.
Oh, yeah.
And I was
there we
like,
go.
I can't even imagine having that. No, it might have been Sealand. Did you have your own bathroom, Sealand?
Of course,
not attached to my room. I never had that. Like
it was just adjacent, huh?
It was the guest bathroom. My room was next to the guest bathroom. My friend in high school growing up, he had his own floor, but he shared. He shared with his. There was just one room that was upstairs, like above the garage or something.
Yeah,
and it was him and his brother's room, and they had their own bathroom in there. And we would go over to his house because, it was upstairs. It was quite removed from his parents' room. Yeah. So we could, we would drink at his house.
What?
And his brother,
the Jack room?
His brother just slept soundly. I mean, he must have just been a real heavy sleeper because we weren't necessarily that quiet. We were just all like doing shots.
When you get your own world as a kid, like Sabrina was saying, with the garage, that's one. Like, did your garage room have a door to outside? So you could yeah.
But I lived in such a bad neighborhood that I never snuck out. I think the first time I ever snuck out, I was old enough. It wasn't really sneaking out. I was just like, look at me go without telling my mom where I'm going.
It's
That's
tough.
about it. And I was already in college.
Because you could totally have a room. Growing up, my brother had bunk beds, and he would always try to convince me, like, stay in here, stay in the bunk beds.
Hell
Why
no,
would I
man.
stay in your bunk beds?
Let's get free on.
I have my own room. I have my own room over here. And
I had bunk beds with just like, if somebody came over, I guess they would sleep in the bunk bed. But for the most part, it was just like an empty bunk bed.
Yeah, this is different based on how you grow up, I think. The story says, whenever I contemplate whether to have a second child, I inevitably start worrying about housing. For me and my husband to grow our family and stay in our 2-bedroom rental in Seattle, our kids would have to share a room. He did it growing up, and it would be more affordable than getting a bigger place. But I struggled to wrap my head around the idea. I grew up in a 3-bedroom home near where we live now. I had my own room, as did most of my friends. Even though housing prices have skyrocketed, I still want to give my children this privilege. And so the husband is like, we don't need extra rooms. The kids can sleep in the room together. And the wife
does the husband have a man cave? Does he have a place to go to where he can be by himself?
I would hope
think
not.
If you don't have kids, there should still be enough rooms in the house that you can have your own space.
Yes, I think so too. I got rooms on
3 of them.
Never doing anything with. Yeah, I got a guest room upstairs.
You have a whole floor.
It's doing nothing up there.
That's the cat's apartment.
I thought that was a quarter space, creative space.
No. We have a living room area up there, and then we're going to. This is going to strike you as very funny. We're turning one of the other rooms into a gym up there. Not for me necessarily. She's the one who does the working out, and we want to utilize the room for something.
Back?
No, she works out and does her weightlifting and does all that stuff. So we'll just do the room out that way.
You're talking to someone whose 3 pets have their own pee-pee room. So don't even worry about it. It's not fancy. I guess I have no choice but to line up my walls with pee pads.
Oh,
Carl.
That's brutal. Carl, what are you doing, man? So what do you think about this? Let us know and tell us how you grew up. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com, hit record on a dispatch, and fire it over to us right now. In fact, let's work in a couple of those. We can hear from you right now. I had a lot of people who reacted to the prescription cat food thing I talked about, believe it or not, yesterday. Here's Amy talking about that.
Hey, Junkies.
Hey.
Podcast listener here. I was listening to the show yesterday with Sean talking about prescriptions for his pet food.
Mm-hmm.
What I like to do is I use Chewy, and you can buy your prescription pet food on there, and then you enter in your vet's information, and they contact them, and then they just approve it. So you don't have to go to your vet every time to get a prescription.
Really?
It's really convenient, and I just put it on auto ship, and then they just verify with the
Mine didn't work that
so
way.
you don't have to go there and
they
always
had
do
that?
it or call them. And
No, they don't have that, the place where we were getting it. You can only purchase it, and then you have to connect it to your doctor.
I gotta go to a new vet, dude. I remember when I signed up for Chewy's prescription, I was reached out to by my vet's online delivery service, and they're like, we're going to give you so much cheaper because we want you to stay with us. And I'm like, great. I love this competitive market. I will go with you because I love you and trust you.
Yeah, that's competitive marketplace working out for once. That I like, but
if not, I know a guy. You just have to go meet him behind a TGI Fridays.
I'll do it. I'll meet a guy behind a TGI Fridays for this to save some money.
And then they'll go get some cat food.
Deo.
Somebody says our two boys, 13 and 15, share a bedroom, and they have a gaming room. During the school week, the gaming room locks unless they get gaming privileges.
Really?
Locks.
Yeah. I wonder how those two boys feel about it. Like, would they rather the extra space be the gaming room for fun, then be one of the other one's bedrooms so they could each have their own bedroom? Or would they rather say, get rid of this damn game room so we could split up so we don't have to be next to each other anymore? That I don't know. I don't know how that works. Arnott says, I can't hear enough about pet food. Keep it up. All right. Christine emails. Podcast listener, and I haven't finished today's show, so not sure if anybody reached out. My last cat before he passed was on prescription cat food, and I discovered ordering my prescription cat food via Chewy was the easiest way to get this. And she also says you can do the auto bill, and they'll do the work. They'll do the work in contacting your veterinarian. I think our veterinarian went out of business, so we have to do some changes here.
Sure. Hey, but when we come back, I'm excited because I have a lot of emails about this when it comes to pet food,
cat
and
food
suggestions.
All right.
And all that. So I hope we have a big enough segment.
Yeah, we'll make some time for it. We'll do the cat food gauntlet. One more. Here's Loki talking about lab grown.
Good, happy week, junkies. On the loss of jobs, it's kind of going along the same route as, they want to do lab grown meat. And what a lot of people aren't addressing is the amount of people involved in farming. I mean, there's so many people involved in it. And that's something that you mentioned a couple weeks ago, I guess, when you were talking about lab grown meat. You can't take that away from people.
So there's a point to what you're saying. Indeed, if you took and went to a lab-grown meat world where we no longer needed cattle and we no longer had to kill cows to get the food that we need to keep America fed, you would transfer this over to other jobs. Would the other jobs be as significant in number in the lab-grown meat world? I don't know. They would be better jobs, undoubtedly. Working in a lab to do this kind of stuff would probably bring about better jobs. But then the biggest problem goes right back to the same question all the time. What happens to the low-skilled workforce people? The people who were working in the fields, the people who were feeding the cattle, the people who were doing all the things that the farmer doesn't want to do, including, bringing them to the old shack to put the
killing
bullet.
Floor.
Yeah, put the bolt in
First,
the
take
temple.
the cow to the killing floor.
Where did they put the bolt in the temple, or did they put the bolt in the bolt in the top of the head? Where did they hit the cow? I don't know. They hit him somewhere.
I missed that 2020
I've been to
special.
one. We went one time. My mom and dad took me to a place.
That's weird.
Yeah,
we went to the local fair.
Oh, okay. Well, you learn at both places. I learned a little bit about.
Was that like a family activity? They're just.
Yeah, it was right down the road from my Uncle Tommy's house, and it was a slaughterhouse. And my dad's like, "You got to see this place. It's so cool. You see how it runs." They had the cows there getting killed. They had the whole production facility.
This explains a lot.
They had a cafe next to it. Where
was it spelled cafe that it served burgers?
I should have been.
It served
brutal
young cow.
Bloodshed Diner, come on down.
I tried so hard afterwards to find this place again. I've tried for years and years and years to find this place. It probably just shut down at some point.
Yeah, the fact that it was a theme park for families to go and see cows getting murdered.
It was an active working farm. It was an active working farm that also had a cafe attached to it. And the cafe served up, and I've never seen this before in my life. Maybe you guys have had. I talked about this a long time ago. It served up milk on tap.
Yeah.
Like bubbly, ice cold milk that was fresh from the cows on tap at the place. And I remember drinking it as a kid, and I was like, this is amazing.
I love milk.
Holy cow, this is the good stuff right here.
I don't know that it was like fresh from the cow. That'd be raw milk. It's not legal.
It wasn't like raw milk, but it was like just freshly pasteurized kind of stuff.
I like when a hotel has that little refrigerated dispenser. It's like a bag of milk, but it's nice and cold like that. Delicious.
Yeah.
And I got the answer for you.
What?
It is top of the forehead above the eyes.
Oh, that's where they hit him? Oh, all right. That makes sense.
That's from a bona fide cattle rancher who is a fan of lab grown because he wants to stop killing animals.
Aww. See, I think more people will be on board with this, but it's going to take some time. I learned from talking about this.
That's what like really boils me when I hear these stories about like Ron DeSantis banning it. And like the guy that's like, you can have Martian meat and send it to Mars too.
What's next?
But like they think that they're just going to flip some switch and then just like every farm in America is going to have a for sale sign because we just have to stop immediately.
Yeah. Also, if
you know how long it would take for us to be strictly lab grown? I don't even know that it would ever happen.
A long time. But if you're for interplanetary travel, i.e. going to the moon or going to Mars and staying there for any extended period of time, how do you think you're going to get the meat? You're going to have lab-grown meat. You're not going to bring a bunch of cows to Mars. This is not going to happen.
Right.
It's not a doable thing. So you have to figure out what you're willing to do.
Noah's Ark style, walking the cow onto the rocket ship.
Rock that cow's world, too. When that thing took off, it'd be something. This is going to be something you come on board with. And it's not the weird dystopian doomer thing where they tell you got to eat the bugs. Eat the bugs and live in the pod. No, this is like straight up, we're going to have burgers, bro. We're going to eat steaks. We're going to have a good time together. But the cow's not going to be part of it. Science is going to be part of it. That's kind of cool, I think. Some of you disagree. That's fun. We want to hear from you.
Good luck on Earth.
Send us a dispatch.
Among the people who disagree, Wasson says clearly you've never heard of space cows.
Space cows is new to me. Is my son. He's going to have to send me a link on that one. All right? So we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get to more of you. Plus, there is a scene on Netflix that has just been released, and the audience is stunned by this. Stunned. Because this has never, as far as I know, been featured on a mainstream show ever before. Something featured that has never been done before. It's coming up next on the News Chunky.
Real Radio is
The Monsters in the Morning.
Russ, if Ryan gets a speedboat, the next day's headline is going to be this: Captain Corn Carney causes carnage at Causeway.
Ah, damn, he did it.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
Orlando, I hope your Tuesday ride right now is a smooth and safe one. And on the major highways and roads at this time, looks like your usual delay. I-4 eastbound approaching State Road 535, as well as approaching World Drive. Right now, westbound on the 408, approaching Mills Avenue, there's an incident causing a delay. Give yourself a little extra time there, but we're clear eastbound. Right now, no issues north or southbound on the Turnpike or the Greenway. Our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Brian Black.
This report is sponsored by Discover. As humans, we like having options. One option you might like is speaking with a real person when you call about your credit card. With 24/7 live U.S.-based customer service from Discover, everyone can talk to a real person anytime, day or night. Limitations apply. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
Real Radio has your chance to win a dream home makeover. Up for grabs are a bathroom remodel, flooring, solar, roofing, and large appliances. Register now for your chance to win a solar battery for your home from Sunwave Energy. There are 5 different contests, with each category offering its own unique benefits for improving your home to create the perfect living space. Get more details and enter at realradio.fm/contests.
My wife and I both, we ended up mildly sick for a few months, and the nasal congestion was probably the worst part. I had like a post-nasal drip, just super congested all the time. We were taking everything we possibly could, but nothing really worked.
Kyrie was miserable until a friend recommended Navage. Navage offers immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Don't live in misery this cold season. Use Navage so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
The biggest thing Navage has done has completely cleaned out my nasal passages. It was from the first use. I was able to just clear out anything that was stopping me from breathing correctly. Navage helps me clear the way literally clear the way for me to operate better in the rest of my life.
Experience the Navage difference yourself. Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E.
Did you know that your largest investment asset might not be your retirement account or home? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. Most people don't realize that their life insurance policy is actually an asset they can sell. But for almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. We've even created a free policy value calculator at abacuspays.com so you can find out in seconds what we might pay for your policy. There are no fees and no obligations, just information. Knowing the value of your life insurance policy is as important as knowing the value of your home, your equity portfolio, or your finances in total. Discover the valuable information you need to understand the current market value for your life insurance, and then get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Visit abacuspays.com to learn more and use our free policy value calculator today.
Enjoying the news junkie? You've probably heard a ton of injury attorney commercials, but if you are injured and need a lawyer, who's the right lawyer for you? That's why we offer our 30-day risk-free trial. If you are not 100% satisfied with the way we treat you in your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com. Go to JustCallMo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's starting with the woots. And now a speech.
I just want to say that friendship is about heart and brain. Who's with me?
Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
And my brain is saying, when it's time to go home, somebody call me a ride.
Love that guy.
Me too.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You do everything you can for your family. A nice home, good food, family fun, and the right medical care. You plan ahead for your kids' future and their education. That's all great, unless something unexpected happens to you. If you were to die, who would pay the mortgage and all the other bills? Would your family have to sell their home just to survive? That's why you need to call Term Provider for the lowest rates available on quality term life policies, period. Rates for term life are at all-time lows, and Term Provider could save you 50, 60, even 70%. Already have coverage? Call and see if you're paying too much. Term Provider could save you thousands. And if your health isn't perfect, even more reason to call. We'll match you with the right policy even if you have weight issues like diabetes or high blood pressure. Right now, your family's protected. Make sure that protection continues if something unexpected happens to you. Call for a free quote and see if you can save up to 70%. Call 800-200-1966 now. That's 800-200-1966. 800-200-1966.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Yes, I've got a leaking...
To leave us a testimonial saying how happy you are with our service, press 1.
But you haven't even...
For all other inquiries, please hang up.
Wait, what?
Hang up and call Frank Gay. We're busy watching the game.
You know what? I think I will.
When you have a leak, you need solutions on your schedule. A helpful expert who can find the problem and fix it fast. That's the Frank Gay way. FrankGayServices.com.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
Think identity theft won't happen to you? Think again. There's a new victim every 3 seconds in the U.S., over 15 million this year alone, and many don't even know they're victims. LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss even when you monitor your credit. If your identity's stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% their first year with my name, Clay, as the promo code at LifeLock.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
16th Minute of Fame is the new weekly podcast hosted by me, Jamie Loftus. And every week, we take a closer look at an internet character of the day. Bean Dad, The Dress, 30 to 50 feral hogs. If you knew what any of those were, you spend too much time online. And I do too. Who are they? What made them notorious? Why did the internet choose them? And what does a person do when they get more attention than the human psyche can handle? Listen to 16th Minute of Fame on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search 16th Minute of Fame.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GRAND, G-R-A-N-D, GRAND. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
The only radio show strong enough to fight off a Category 5 hurricane. This.
Let's say the last 5 years or so. And I don't know if you've seen this, if this has been something that's popped up on your radar. Maybe you don't have any experience with this. Maybe you haven't seen a movie like this, C-Lane. But it's definitely something that's been happening. And Courtney and I last night, we were sitting down at the end of the night. We're going to watch a movie. We do this a lot. And she generally picks out some movie that I've never heard of in my entire life. She, like, digs deep. And she goes, we're going to watch this. And I go,
that must be nice. We just we argue over who has to pick something.
Uh-huh.
I don't care. You pick.
We do that a little bit, but I told her, I'm like, I literally don't care what it is, so you could just put whatever you want on. And then finally she took the reins there. And so she picks this movie last night, and it was a movie made for Hulu, and it's called The Valet. I don't know if you've heard about this or heard of it or seen anything about it. I hadn't before last night. Are you familiar at all with The Valet?
No.
Okay.
The Valet.
Right. The Valet, yeah. And it's this type of movie that I'm talking about where it seems to be like a newer thing. And half of the movie is very clearly made for a Spanish audience, and half of the movie is clearly made for an English audience. And it's like production companies getting together and going, what we can do is we can market this to both of these languages, and we can spread out how valuable this property is, because there's a certain percentage of people in all the other markets, let's say South America, Central America, Spain, wherever, Spanish-speaking places, right? Portugal. Well, they speak Portuguese there, but you get the point. In these areas who are like, I don't want to watch subtitled or dubbed movies. I want to watch local movies made for me. These are the movies that are in between. And the movie The Valet, literally half of it is the guy speaking to his family in Spanish, and then the other half is him speaking to everybody else in English. And another example that was kind of like this was Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh, that was a good one.
There was a decent element of that movie which was not in English. It was in, I think, Chinese, but I don't remember. Was it Korean? I don't remember what it was. But it was another language, so you could target two different markets at one time, and it's a smart thing. When you come up with a movie, you have to think, the first question always has to be, who is the target audience here? Is there enough people that will go to see this, or have I made a movie for nobody? Have I made a movie that is like so special, so focused that there's nobody that cares enough to go watch it? You see those movies all the time. I talked about that Not Another Church movie, or the Magical Negro movie, the other one that was out not that long ago. It was so specific, so dumb. White people didn't want to see it. Black people didn't want to see it.
Magical Negro. Nobody
wanted to see the movie. It was a stupid premise that targeted nobody. But if you target multiple groups, there was another one that was Slumdog Millionaire. Was that in Indian? Or what's the Indian language verbally called? Is it Indian? Speaking
But it
Indian?
wasn't.
Or Pashtun, maybe?
I'm pretty sure it was all in English.
No, it was both. We just watched that not that long ago. There's a bunch of elements of that where they're speaking in whatever. Is it what is the language? Let me get that right before I sound like a dummy here. Is
The
it
Wikipedia page says English for the language, but
Hindi, Turkish,
Hindi.
French, Serbian.
There's a bunch of languages obviously spoken in India, but Hindi is one of the larger ones. But a lot of these different movies are doing this, multilingual movies. Now, some people will be turned off by it. They'll go, "No, I want my movie all in English, please. Speak American," as they are to say sometimes. But I think it's smart business, and I think I could see more of it. Parasite was all in another language, right? All Korean.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think that's one of the ones that, like, Trump was like, oh, how dare they have a
really?
best picture that's Korean? Oh, no.
Yeah,
That's great.
No true America watches the subtitles on. That's no good. All right. We got to get into some of your comments, your dispatches, but I wanted to work this in real quick. I, for one, this is tough for me to get into because I have not watched this show in at least 10 years. The Simpsons has so fallen off my radar that I can't tell you what's going on. I can't tell you what characters are up to. I can't tell you if it's still funny. I don't know.
Are characters ever up to something? Like, there's not a whole lot of plots that go from episode to episode in The Simpsons, correct?
Because they don't move through time like that, right? Simpsons just always like everybody's the same age, I believe.
Yeah.
Like the babies are still babies. And
I think they've had like one episode that they imagine as everyone older, but that's about it.
Right. But now you've got a problem. Okay. This show has been going on for so long. Believe it or not, it's been on since 1989. The Simpsons has. That is a long time. That is a long running show right there. And they're in their 35th season of The Simpsons. But you got these people who do the voices, like the guy who does the voice of Mr. Burns now. It used to be Christopher Collins, but now I believe it's Harry Shearer. And Harry Shearer, he's 80 years old.
Harry Shearer is 80?
Yeah.
Really?
And so now his voice is starting to change. And Mr. Burns just doesn't even sound like he used to sound. And things are kind of falling off. I'll give you an example. I bought you Twitter. Might
Just
be
an example?
It could be, but your voice changes as you get older, does it not? Like you have
our best of shows that immediately. Just within 10 years.
That could be one exhibit in the case for this point. But when I look at these things, I go, I know your nose gets bigger when you get older, right? I believe. I think your ears get bigger as you get. They keep growing as you get older. Your voice seems to change. That sounds different. That sounds different than it did when I used to watch the show. Bootsy Moonshine says, we watched Everything Everywhere All at Once, and that was partially in Mandarin, Bootsy Moonshine says. Yeah. Talk about great targeting. So now if you speak Mandarin as your main language and you live in China, you could watch it and half of the movie is in your language, and you don't care as much that the other half isn't. And then if you're in any nation where you speak English, half of the movie is in English, and then you just read the translations for the rest of it, and it's not that bad, and both people are happy. That's cool.
I watched a movie or series rather. Everyone is Dead, or We're All Gonna Die, and I did the translation, like the subtitles, but also the overdub.
Yeah.
And once you get in the zone, granted there's some parts that you get thrown, but if the movie is good, if the series is written well, then it's not that distracting.
Yeah, I didn't find Squid Game super distracting.
No,
when I watched it that way, I found it to be fine and enjoyable and still good.
Wait. Reading it or with the
dub?
The dub.
I
like the dub.
Yeah, I found that to be fine, even though it was a little tiny bit of distraction, but I liked it. What do you think? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now.
I watched a whole episode of a miniseries before realizing it was dubbed.
Wait, you didn't realize until the end?
Well, I mean, I got halfway in.
Did they hide their mouth in a lot of scenes so you couldn't see on purpose?
No,
They're just like this the whole time.
I don't.
This is crazy.
I don't think I was giving it my full attention, but it's just they changed the actual dialogue to kind of match what they have to work with.
Right. Yeah.
So,
of course,
it's close.
Netflix viewers were shocked. Let me pay off that tease. And they said, for the first time in the history of Netflix or much of modern television, there's something featured on a show. It's called A Man in Full, and it's on Netflix, and people are reacting. Some of them are very upset. Some of them are happy. Some of them are, I guess, somewhere in the middle. And in this case, it was the first ever fully erect, out there, standing at attention which has not been featured in any of these kind of movies on
Ever?
Netflix. I guess not. Now, it's fake. They used a prosthetic, as they do in most of these cases. But it's at attention and right in focus on the camera. And a lot of people watching it were like, what the hell? Here's some of the
I
detractors.
think they did that for the Pam and Tommy. Like,
did they? They showed like.
I mean, granted, it was
I didn't see that.
talking and had eyes.
I didn't see that. Here's what one of the detractors says. Yet again, we're questioning why the government is failing to act on this multi-fronted assault on childhood, says Tanya Carter of the Safe Schools Alliance of the Netflix show. It warns viewers they're going to witness sex language, sex reference, sexual images, and injury detail in what they're watching. She was not a fan of that. A politician said, if Netflix is serving up this sort of low-grade pornographic rubbish, we need to give Ofcom full oversight of the streaming giant's output as soon as possible. Ofcom is their FCC, and they're saying we need to give them control over this content. What do you think? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now. When we come back, anti-sex beds at the Olympics and, of course, jury duty. That's coming up next on The News Junkie.
Sure, you could call your family, but then they'll start calling you all the time. Instead, just say, Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network, presented by DraftKings Fantasy.
The big announcement is here. Chiefs against the Baltimore Ravens in the NFL season opener. As fans, we love urgency. The NFL yet again is giving us right out of the gate the biggest game. Unlike baseball, who started their season halfway across the globe in the middle of the night, the NFL loves a big bang right away. The MVP against the Super Bowl champs. Let's go. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer this season with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
A Fifth Third Better means we put in 166.7%.
What does that mean?
Well, at Fifth Third Bank, our name equals 166.7%. So that's how hard we work. That means free checking, no hidden fees, and helping to protect your identity.
Explain it in baseball terms?
It's a home run.
Basketball terms?
It's a slam dunk.
Football.
Touchdown.
Highlight?
Buzzball.
Cricket.
Golden duck.
Wow. Guess that really is a Fifth Third Better.
That's what a Fifth Third Better means. This is banking a Fifth Third Better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Who's trial attorney Jeff Kaufman for the law offices of Kaufman Lind? When I first graduated law school over 25 years ago, I had so many ideas of what practicing law would look like. Well, after 25 years, I learned the most important thing I can do is care. There are many nights that I spend thinking about what I can do, how I can make a case better, how I can protect my client. If that works for you and you are in an accident, contact me at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. Offices, Orlando.
Think identity theft won't happen to you? Think again. There's a new victim every 3 seconds in the U.S., over 15 million this year alone, and many don't even know they're victims. LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss even when you monitor your credit. If your identity's stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% their first year with my name, Clay, as the promo code at lifelock.com.
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Hey there, homeowners. Russ Rollins here. Are you tired of staring at a cold, unused pool? It's time to make a change. Spring is the perfect time to add solar heat to your pool and enjoy it year-round. Solar Source customers, they enjoy family time, nighttime pool parties, movie nights, birthdays, and even low-impact workouts. Don't let your pool be a monthly expense with no enjoyment. Schedule a free consultation from solarsource.com/monsters. Remember, friends of Russ Rollins save even more money.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group, and I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney, and the truth is I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney or if I look like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. At Wesley, we've helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshare without me being an attorney. And I want to share with you how we do it. Just give my office a call, and you will not talk to an attorney. And I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare, or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-822-1490. 800-822-1490. 800-822-1490.
Kick off your summer with iHeart80s. iHeart80s goes commercial-free all Memorial Day weekend and every weekend. Open the app, search iHeart80s, and start listening now. Free never sounded so good.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world, protecting America, fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Home of the world famous Game of Magnets. This is the
On a celebrity in big trouble right now. Things not going well for her. Who is it? We'll find out in just a moment here. I hate to read this news. I hate to see it, but I got to be real with you, and I got to put it out there. You could say goodbye to Chuck E. Cheese's animatronic bands. It's over. They're not doing it anymore.
I was pretty sure that was already gone, right?
No,
they had a couple of them.
They were updated. They weren't as terrifying as they were when we grew up. I went a couple years with my friend and her kid, and I mean, they looked cool. They were still doing their thing every 25
And they were
minutes.
relevant again, actually, for younger people because they'd gone viral on a couple of different social platforms where they said, look, here's what happened.
Facebook,
the Chuck E. Cheese.
Instagram, Twitter, y'all see this?
Now they said it's over. They said, as the New York Times reports, Chuck E. Cheese will phase out performances of its famous rodent and his bandmates.
What's his full name, Sean? Obviously, you know.
Charles Entertainment Cheese.
Yeah.
Do you know anybody else from his band? Because I didn't know until right now.
Stacy.
Is Munch still in it?
Mr. Munch is one of them. Yes.
Well done.
I'm trying to think of the old name of the band when it was
the gal.
Showbiz
There was a gal
Pizza.
there.
Yep, there's a gal. Yep. Her name starts with an H.
Heather?
Helen
Helen Henney is one of the performers. She's a singer that performs along with Chuck E. Cheese. Then you got Mr. Munch, and then the guitarist.
Wait, did you have the full name in front of you?
I have him here.
Jasper T. Jowls or something?
Yeah, Jasper T. Jowls is.
How do you remember this?
This makes sense. The drummer's name is Pasquale.
Yeah.
Which is why they had Pasquale's as a ghost kitchen at Chuck E. Cheese locations.
It used to be Munch's Make Believe Band, I think.
Heyo.
Oh, God. And this was huge. If you have never been to a Chuck E. Cheese, it's for kids. You go there for birthdays mostly.
But they
and they
got
have
beer.
games, and they have adults that get drunk and fight each other.
They have like 2 beers or 1 beer and 1 wine or something like that, and they don't show any of the logos. It's just on tap in the back somewhere.
Yeah,
Their
Chuck E.
pizza
Cheese
is so
founder Nolan Bushnell, who co-founded video game giant Atari, said the idea for an animatronic band came to him after a visit to Disneyland's Enchanted Tiki Room, which is cool, which features similar animated characters, but no longer. They're getting rid of the animatronics, and I believe they're going to be replacing them with screens.
And they're all going to end up in that warehouse downtown.
Probably, yeah. Lost all those animatronic jobs.
Rock-a-Fire Explosion, CNJ Forge nailed it. That's what it was.
That's
the
what it was?
Rock-a-Fire Explosion was the old name of the band, and that was Showbiz Pizza Days.
That was a fun place, a rite of passage, if you will, to go to a Chuck E. Cheese or whatever your local equivalent was, where kids could be kids. Wasn't that a thing?
Where
Chuck
a kid can be a kid.
Where a kid can be a kid. All right, let's do it. Here we go. I'm done singing. Let's get into this.
No,
Let's,
one more song.
No, we're good.
One more song.
Let's
One
do
more
jury
song.
duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the news junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Moses DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. Steve-O on YouTube says the animatronics are creepy AF to the younger generation. You think animatronics in general are just creepy now?
No.
Because some of the new rides have animatronics. They're just way better looking.
Oh, absolutely. My favorite are the ones that they have not changed for decades.
Yeah, the Chuck E. Cheese style ones are probably a little bit
What was
off-putting.
they stopped. What was the bear one at Disney?
Oh, Country Bear Jamboree.
Yeah, that one was crusty.
They're old. Yeah, they need to upgrade them. Have you seen the animatronics on something like the Zootopia ride? They don't have it here.
No.
I don't believe. But it's crazy. When you look at it in person, you're like, holy cow, that's a robot doing that? Or the
I like the Wheel
automatons.
of Progress. Is that the
Carousel of Progress?
Carousel?
Is that it?
That's the one where it's like, you guys have seen some things, robots.
You used to be able to smoke in this thing. There's some wear and tear on those machines. Or there's like a fine line between animatronics and automatons, because some of the old automatons are super cool too. I think, you guys have been in the Harry Potter ride where you're in the bank, right? Gringotts?
Yes. Those were awesome.
I think so.
When you're waiting in the line and you see the bank teller guys who are at their little booths and they're just like signing things or moving around, I believe those are automatons as opposed to animatronics. I don't know exactly what the difference is.
No, those are actually Universal team members who have to just sit there and sign all day.
I think the difference is, I could be wrong, look this up, difference between automaton and animatronic. My guess is that an automaton only does one function. Like they're signing the checks and they move their head around and they sign the check and they just do one thing over and over and over again. I think animatronics may be able to do different things, but I don't know. There's a fine line between the two of those for sure. Okay, I won't bore you any longer with that. Just know, if you're in an accident, you call up Moses DeWitt. You call him at 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. We have this story. Do you have that up over there, Sabrina, anywhere about Wendy Williams? Because she's got some problems. They're putting her in a bad light here because they say she's got somebody who's taking care of her, but maybe not in a really good way.
Yeah, this Guardian recently sold her penthouse for $3.75 million
in New York,
which is almost $900,000 less than what the media mogul paid for the luxury pad. And they're saying that she has been deemed completely incapacitated.
Wow. I saw this show and everything. And I still don't know exactly what's going on. Like, what is making her incapacitated? She drinks, yes.
Now we're only getting the word from this Guardian.
Yeah. And then...
She has dementia. Remember, it was...
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, God. That's so tough. Was it that Louis onset dementia or something, early onset dementia?
It was, it was diagnosed in 2023, primary progressive aphasia and...
Oh, aphasia, like Bruce Willis.
Frontotemporal dementia. She was deemed incapacitated, thus requiring her guardian to jump in and make the decision to sell the dream New York City penthouse.
Now, on some of Britney Spears' documents, they cited a dementia there, too. But
Everyone has dementia.
Yeah, this seems different. The aphasia stuff is so scary, to know that your voice is being taken away from you and that you're going to be kind of locked in. I don't know. I've never read a study on this. In fact, I'll try to read one after the show. If they've ever done any research, if you have aphasia, it's a nightmare of mine. This is what Bruce Willis has. And essentially what's happening is your brain is fading away. And soon you can't speak. And then shortly after that, you lose the ability to kind of control yourself. And from there, you end up, dying long term and your body shuts down. It's terrible. But for a little while, I believe you can't speak, but inside, you're still thinking all the things. You're like locked in syndrome, which I hate that. Oh, that's such a, like,
No
the
way.
idea that like if you're in a coma or something, or you're like in a hospital and you have that, the locked in syndrome is the real frightening thing. You are able to see things that are going on. You can understand things that are going on, but you can't do anything to react to anybody, to speak, to move your hands around, to write anything. You're just trapped in there. That's no
way,
good.
Man. Throw me off
like
a bridge.
that. Yeah, that's pretty tough stuff to deal with for anybody. Okay.
You think you know you're trapped, though? Like,
that's what I'm asking. I don't know. That's what I want to see the research on. Like, have they ever done a study to see that the person inside, via blinking or any other mechanism, they're aware. They're with it. They know what's going on.
I know they made the joke in some movie or TV show where the guy with Alzheimer's is like, oh, I meet new people every day and stuff. And it's like, yeah, I get that for some people that's kind of what happens. You're not necessarily like my grandfather knew that he was forgetting stuff, and he knew that he would screw up every once in a while, but he didn't seem, at least to us, to be like miserable.
Right. And that's the key thing, too. If you saw that, you go, hey, let's figure out something we could do to help this person out. At least you would think so. All right, quick break. When we come back, what were we supposed to do? Oh, we're going to do the anti-sex beds at the Olympics. We'll talk about those. We'll do those next. And a boxer dies. How did this all happen? That and so much more is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Support the arts and local artists at the Orlando Fringe Festival with over 150 shows happening now through May 27th. Get more info at orlandofringe.org.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Orlando, I hope your Tuesday ride right now is a smooth and safe one. And on the major highways and roads at this time, looks like your usual delay. I-4 eastbound approaching State Road 535, as well as approaching World Drive. Right now, westbound on the 408, approaching Mills Avenue, there's an incident causing a delay. Give yourself a little extra time there, but we're clear eastbound. Right now, no issues north or southbound on the Turnpike or the Greenway. Our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Brian Black.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Real Radio has your chance to win a dream home makeover. Up for grabs are a bathroom remodel, flooring, solar, roofing, and large appliances. Register now for your chance to upgrade your laundry room with a brand new washer and dryer from Southeast Steel Appliance Warehouse. There are 5 different contests with each category offering its own unique benefits for improving your home to create the perfect living space. Get more details and enter at realradio.fm/contests.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Hey, Russ Rollins here. It's been about a year now, I've been telling you about Life Imaging FLA. Why have you not gone? It's a free heart scan. And you know what? Early detection of heart disease and of cancer is a game changer in terms of treatment and outcome. Let's do it. Let's go get that scan. I did it. It takes less than 6 minutes, and now I have peace of mind. They've helped save the lives of 4 of my friends and dozens and dozens of our listeners who found out they had heart blockage they had no idea about, and also cancer they had no idea about. This is a game changer, and you might as well do it. Take care of it now. Go to Life Imaging FLA. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan, and you'll be connected in seconds. This is a value of $699. There's a few minimum requirements, but this is a game changer and an awesome thing to do. It's Life Imaging FLA. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan, and you'll be connected in seconds. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia. Ask them about the cancer screening as well. Super important. Life Imaging FLA.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
My wife and I both, we ended up mildly sick for a few months, and the nasal congestion was probably the worst part. I had like a post-nasal drip, just super congested all the time. We were taking everything we possibly could, but nothing really worked.
Kyrie was miserable until a friend recommended Navage. Navage offers immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Don't live in misery this cold season. Use Navage so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
The biggest thing Navage has done has completely cleaned out my nasal passages. It was from the first use. I was able to just clear out anything that was stopping me from breathing correctly. Navage helps me clear the way, literally clear the way for me to operate better in the rest of my life.
Experience the Navage difference yourself. Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, Navage.
Think identity theft won't happen to you? Think again. There's a new victim every 3 seconds in the U.S., over 15 million this year alone, and many don't even know they're victims. LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss even when you monitor your credit. If your identity's stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% their first year with my name, Clay, as the promo code at LifeLock.com.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
Do you think a tiny chip in your windshield is nothing to worry about? I'm Pascal with Safe Light. Sooner or later, every chip will crack. So don't wait. Schedule at safelight.com. We can come to you for free and repair that chip fast. And with most insurance, a chip repair is no cost to you. Don't let that tiny chip crack your whole windshield. Go to safelight.com for free mobile service. Conditions may apply.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
It's Gatorpalooza, May 18th and 19th.
Only at Gatorland.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. 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 That's check. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
High diving face first into the world's most viral newsroom.
Speak about these anti-sex beds that they're going to be putting up for Olympians in Paris for the Summer Olympics. I hope you're fired up for the Summer Olympics, although I don't feel like you are. I don't feel like I'm getting a big resounding energy burst from the audience about anything to do with the Olympics.
When was the last time we were fired up for the Olympics?
Nobody is.
I think Michael Phelps, that was the time, right?
Yeah, what happened? Why not anymore? Why are we not into the Olympics anymore?
I mean, there's spurts of it. I would say that once the Olympics start and people are starting to hear about it, and they tune in, I will be watching the U.S. women's water polo team, especially with all the hype of
what's
Flava
the hype? I haven't heard. Oh,
Flava Flav is funding it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
He's the sponsor.
That's like when the Grateful Dead funded, I think it was the Lithuanian basketball team long time ago.
We talked about it last week, and then they still have some of the uniforms available on eBay for purchase.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
So he's funding the U.S. women's water polo team?
Yes, going for their 4th gold medal.
Damn.
And did not have the funding. So he's like, I am going to do it. I'm
How?
making
How is
the
that
calls.
the case? Why do they not have
Great
funding?
Question. Great question.
Isn't it interesting to you, like, when I look at the Olympics and I see all these people who are not only many of them at the top of their game in their city or their state or their country, but some of them are the best in the world at what they do. And many of them are poor.
Right.
That's kind of weird
Olympians
to me.
who need 2 jobs in order to go and play for your country.
It's like when I saw that movie Anvil, the documentary about the metal band, where they made it, but they still didn't make a bunch of money. So the guy was working in a deli, slicing deli meats, and then he'd go to play with his band in front of like some big crowd, and they went on one last tour and stuff.
There was that one guy who, was it like South Africa, that his song became like their anthem?
Yeah.
And he was just working
Sugar
a regular,
Man.
and then went and performed for hundreds of thousands of people that absolutely loved him.
Isn't it weird though when somebody is like that good at something but also poor? That's really strange. It seems kind of unfair.
Hey, how are you? I'm Sabrina.
Now, in defense of the poverty of some of these people, not you, but of some of these people, if you're the best water polo performer in the country, we just don't have a huge audience for that, for people to monetize. Like, I don't even if they televise that most times. Like, where would you go to watch a water polo match? I don't know. I just know when kids are doing it in school and stuff. So this is a interesting thing that happens. But Leheva Rasta says women's sports are classically underfunded. Well, what's the chicken? What's the egg there? Is it that?
But why aren't
women,
these like big sporting companies sponsoring them?
They should. Well, and more than that, I mean, this is something that
are
is
they going to get a return on it?
Tampax.
Yeah, but hold
Sponsor
on.
it.
This is done with the United States government. We have enough funding to do all kinds of things. We should certainly have enough funding to send all of our competitors over to the Olympics. It makes us sound like some third world country where we can't like afford to set up all of our people in these crappy motels that we're about to talk about in a moment. I don't get that. I don't like that so much.
You want to sponsor an Olympic team, Sean?
I don't know how expensive is it. What am I going to pay here?
I don't know. Is there
what's
a list
water
of
polo
like
team cost?
I'm sure a lot. However, maybe there's one of the smaller sports that we can fund.
But we need something
like
with just
one
like one,
athlete.
one athlete.
What about
we need
a
one person?
special Olympic team?
That'd be fine too. But let's be honest, not as many people watch the Special Olympics.
Well, yeah, but then at least, we do something good. We feel better about ourselves.
You know we're not going to get good press.
Maybe we're allowed to tell a couple jokes.
They're not going to allow us to make jokes if we do that, number one. And number two, they're never going to do a nice write-up about us and go, oh, look what the News Junkie radio show did. You know how many nice things we've done? We took that one kid, we sent him to Walt Disney World on a whole family vacation because people were like making fun of him online.
People were very
Nobody
nice
said
about
anything.
it. Yes, they did.
No, not the local media.
Yes, they did, man.
No, they didn't. They didn't. Who wrote something about that?
I'm pretty sure there was a news story about it.
I don't remember a news story about that at all. I don't remember anybody doing anything.
Sean would remember because he loves his name.
But
Well,
he
we've
did
had
it not for the news story, right?
We've had local coverage of stuff, mostly our friends at Fox and other outlets. I've done a bunch of interviews with local news outlets for different things over the years.
It was more for ratting people out. Bill Cosby, Canadian kids.
Cops. I'm real good at it. When I look at this stuff, I go, hey, what's going on that we can't have all of our Olympians locked in and on a trip to Paris to make this happen and to get some W's for the United States of America? We let them down. It's one of the few things that should bring us together.
Thank you.
All you crazy people over way on the left, all you crazy people way over on the right, we could come together to support the Olympic teams. And I don't even care what sport it is. I'll watch all of them. I love all of them. I love the Summer Olympics. It's a good time. I'll watch the swimming stuff. I'll watch anything.
So if you're so dedicated, you love it so much, I say you watch every single waking moment of the Olympics this year, Sean.
I don't think I can.
You can.
I know iHeart's doing some of the coverage. I'd be happy to do some of the coverage of the Olympics.
Oh, he wants to get paid. There we go. There's the answer.
I'll do it pro bono. I'll do it for one time just to show them my chops.
The entire Olympics.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm just doing one event. I'm going to do one for free, one event. I'll do like, what could I jump in and host during the Olympics without much information to go off of? Track and field. Track and field. What is there to know? You run. Fastest person who runs wins, then the rest is history.
Announcement's going to go?
No, I'll be super professional.
What are they doing? Running? Cool.
No, I'll lock it in.
Look at that guy running. He's running faster than the other guy. The other guy's running down. The other guy's running faster.
All right, take a look. Here are the anti-sex beds that they have in Paris at the Olympics. I'll put this up on See It Now. Now, I think they're just trying to get creative and call them anti-sex beds.
Still bang on that bed.
They're saying it's too small.
No, it's not.
It's like a single bed.
You can bang in the backseat of a car. You can bang on that bed.
Is it made out of corrugated cardboard? Yeah, but so what? You're not going to notice, really.
Does that part in the middle come apart? Is that?
These are they're using this for all the furniture because so much of it is temporary, obviously. And it appears to me to be these corrugated cardboard things that they put together, or at least that's what it looks like. And then a small mattress over the top of it with a comforter that says Paris 2024. And the argument is that
that's the part you steal. Steal that part.
These are so small that you can't have sex on them because there's such a big problem. This is the alleged thing every year at the Olympics, or every time they do the Olympics, every 2 years. There's an allegation that they're out of condoms. There's too much sex going on between the athletes and all that.
Have sex. Who cares?
I don't even know that this happens. I would guess, just guessing here, don't know, not an Olympian, just using my gut, going with my head here. I would guess that most of the people who go to the Olympics, at least until they're done with their participation in said Olympic Games, are pretty focused on winning. You come across the world, you want to make sure
That's
you're focusing.
Part of why they're there.
You want to get that gold medal, or at least a bronze at the very least. Because not for nothing, I'm impressed with the bronze medal too. The gold is the best, but bronze and silver are still pretty impressive to me.
They are, but there's also a lot of off time. I feel like you compete and you get your stretch on, but then there's probably a lot of time that you're doing nothing.
I don't know.
I mean, especially if you
of
show
course there
up,
is, because the Olympics go on for so long, and if you're there for opening and closing ceremonies, you're there for a while.
Exactly. Yeah, even if you're just there for the opening ceremonies, and then you could be waiting a handful of days or more till your competition is there. But the New York Post would have you believe that says after horny athletes admit to orgies amid competition.
No way.
That's what sounds a little fanciful.
Let
like what?
them have a
They're
damn
having
orgy. Who
orgies. I don't know
cares?
about that.
I just don't feel like they are. It's not that I'm saying they shouldn't or I don't want them to or I'm taking a moral stance. I just don't think that they are. I don't think that's happening as much.
But look at the comment from the real Miss Joe. They're athletes. Some of them are gymnasts. I very much doubt that they will let a small bed get in the way of their sex drive.
Of course, yeah. There's no doubt about it. I know they didn't think about the folks from, the people who are from this country.
Japan!
People from Japan, when they built these rooms, and it seems a little bit rude of them, Japanese people are notorious for being scared of fans inside the room.
Really?
These plugged-in fans? Yeah, I forgot the name of the thing is. Oh, see, like Google, Wikipedia, Japanese, scared of fans. Fan death. Fan death. Google Japanese fan death. It's a thing, just like we have our different, tall tales in the United States of America. In Japan, everybody believes for whatever reason that if you have a fan in your room, it could kill you. And it's like a very ever-present thing that is common amongst people in Japan.
Electric fans in South Korea are equipped with timer knobs that turn them off after a set number of minutes.
Oh, is it South Korea, not Japan?
No, I think...
careful.
I'm looking here. Yeah, a lesser extent in Japan, but mostly South Korea.
Okay.
There's a misconception that people have died as a result of running an electric fan in a closed room with no open windows. While the supposed mechanics of fan death are impossible, given how electric fans operate, belief in fan death persisted to the mid-2000s in South Korea.
Wow. So they thought that it was going to poison them somehow, being in the room, and
they thought it would cause nausea, asphyxiation, and facial paralysis from the new technology.
Do we have anything like that in the United States that we're scared of that we shouldn't be?
Yellow number 5.
Nah,
Well, I don't know.
that's in some states.
Gas stoves is one. I know because they try to do the whole gas stoves are bad, you're killing your kids thing. That's nonsense. But that's not. It's new. There has to be something that when we were young, it was like Courtney was rattling some of these off the other day. She said like when you used to eat, but then you couldn't go into the pool for like some amount of time, and there's probably no science to that. Or what was it?
I don't know. There's that thing where you can't go snorkeling after just flying.
What?
Oh, because of the bends?
No, because of somebody just died of this. I was here.
Oh, really?
I've never
Jimmy
heard
talk
of this.
about it. Yeah, it's something called rope.
Really?
It's basically, I think it's because of your pressure change when you fly.
Weird.
And then when you go snorkeling, you're not breathing in as much air as you normally would.
Snorkeling or scuba diving?
Could be either one.
Melissa on YouTube says showering during a thunderstorm. That is absolutely one. And you used to have to be
I was always
aware of
told,
that.
you guys made fun of me. I was always told you don't shower during a thunderstorm.
I think now with new builds, you don't have to worry about that anymore. I don't think that you can be
How
zapped
new?
that
What's
way.
the law? Or what's the year?
I don't know. I'm not an electrician. I believe that there's something built in now. I'm going to go a little bit further into Sean doesn't know territory. I shouldn't be this comfortable. But I thought that I had heard. Electricians, please come out before the end of the show with a dispatch to correct me. I might be wrong. I thought that I had heard if you threw an electrical device in the tub, you could no longer harm somebody with that. Like that's a trope in TV shows and movies. Like
There's breakers to it.
I heard that the moment it hits the water, it hits some trip now in new build construction.
That's the GFI, right?
Yeah, I think so. But I'm not, look, I don't know anything about electronics. I just have heard that before. I'm saying it from that perspective. Electricians, let me know if I'm wrong about that, and we should be afraid of these things. So there's something for you as a dispatch tax. You could tell us what things like that in the United States that we believe. Another one would be like, don't go outside in the rain, you're going to get sick. Everybody's mom used to say that was a thing.
Oh, so staring at the microwave.
The microwave's going to fry your eyeballs, or being too close to the television, right? You're
crossing your eyes, they'll stay stuck.
You're going to get stuck like that. All of these things. Let us know. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch now. The Hippie Woe Vicky on Twitch. Yes, you can shower during storms in new builds, but supposedly builds before a certain year, you can get zapped. GFCI is the outlet. Now bedrooms have arc fault protectors, says Sun State John. And I guess that helps you out when it comes to dealing with this. All right. Before we go to your dispatches, there is a story about a song that's charting right now. and it's a country song.
Oh, fun.
Number 45 on the Billboard Country Airplay Survey. Country Airplay Surgery is a different thing entirely. But number 45 on the charts, and it's a Randy Travis song called Where That Came From. It is completely AI, and it is charting right now on country radio.
Who's the artist?
Radio. It says the AI Randy Travis song has officially charted country radio.
But Randy
Where
Travis
that
is a
came from.
real country artist.
He's
is
a
he
real
not?
guy.
Okay.
Yeah. But I guess this just sounds like him. See if you can pull up the song, one of you, because we could play it, I think, because it's AI. I believe.
Maybe. So
If
I
we
wonder
get-
if it's like in our system, too.
I don't know.
Randy Travis. What was the name of it?
Where That Came From is the name of the song.
It's in here.
Is it really? The 2024.
Yeah, I still think he probably makes money off that. That's
You think so?
It's
Gave his
his
blessing.
song.
So is there still copyright on it? Even though it's
Probably.
AI?
Great.
Oh, why did you tell me that now? Now I'm going to have to cut it all out of the YouTube video. We'll see. It'll be interesting. It'll be a test to see if that gets zapped or
Because I have the AI service that I use, and especially if I write the lyrics, I own the copyright to that song.
Do you?
Yeah.
Are you sure there's not something in the T's and C's on that website where they say if it's correct,
Let's
created by us?
see. Not about. I want help.
So you own the copyright to this Final Dispatches song that I have over here?
Yep.
Oh, man. Are you going to try to do cease and desisties on me?
See, I'm going to send multiple ceases and desisties. Let's see. Commercial use includes any use that generates revenues. This includes monetization on sites like YouTube, uploading songs, blah, blah, blah. You got to have the paid account.
Mm-hmm.
Ownership and copyright. Who owns the songs I generate? If you are paying subscriber, then you own the songs you generate while subscribed to. If you are using the free version, we retain ownership of the songs. I might have done the Final Dispatches song during the free version.
Well, you got to do another album now, a full album.
You're allowed to use those songs for non-commercial purposes. If I write my own lyrics, do I still own them after submitting them? Yes. So I own the lyrics because I wrote those.
That's cool. That's nice of them to do that. Of course, they do it if you have a pro account and they make some money off of it. Oh, we have to take a quick break. There is a story about a pizza delivery man shooting that is getting some attention, and this boxing situation where a boxer died in his professional debut. We'll talk about what went down and caused this. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Orlando, I hope your Tuesday ride right now is a smooth and safe one. And on the major highways and roads at this time, looks like your usual delay. I-4 eastbound approaching State Road 535, as well as approaching World Drive. Right now, westbound on the 408, approaching Mills Avenue, there's an incident causing a delay. Give yourself a little extra time there, but we're clear eastbound. Right now, no issues north or southbound on the Turnpike or the Greenway. Our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Brian Black.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world. Protecting America, fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
This Military Appreciation Month, Navy Federal Credit Union wants to celebrate our members who go above and beyond every single day. That's why we thought you might want to hear some special thank you messages from your friends and family.
I want to give a shout out to my brother AZ1 Archie Castillo.
Hi, I want to give a shout out to my friend Colin, who's currently serving in the Army. Thanks for all you do. Happy Military Appreciation Month.
And from all of us here, happy Military Appreciation Month. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA.
In St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra, it might feel like there's not enough time to take everything in. Because once you're done exploring 42 miles of pristine coast, marveling at historical architecture, and enjoying world-class food, it'll be time to check out and head home. But that's okay. You can always stay just one more day. Visit FloridasHistoricCoast.com to learn more. It's about time.
May is here, and that means Florida's intense summer is right around the corner. With new windows and doors from Renewal by Andersen, you can cut back on energy usage, boost your home's curb appeal, and increase your comfort. Renewal by Andersen makes that transition so easy for you thanks to a selection of beautiful, functional replacement windows and doors. And their windows and doors are built solid. That's because Renewal by Andersen's exclusive Fibrix product is chic, tough, easy to maintain, and twice as strong as vinyl. Renewal by Andersen specializes in energy-efficient, custom-built replacement windows and doors. So save money while beautifying your home with Renewal by Andersen. Now through the end of May, buy 2 windows and or patio doors and get the third 60% off. Plus 0 money down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 1 year. They're locally owned and operated, and everything is made in the USA. Go to rbafla.com for complete details. Some restrictions apply. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, license number CGC 1527613.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-200-1966. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-200-1966. That's 800-200-1966 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-200-1966. 800-200-1966.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, Orlando. Think identity theft won't happen to you? Think again. There's a new victim every 3 seconds in the U.S., over 15 million this year alone, and many don't even know they're victims. LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss even when you monitor your credit. If your identity's stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% their first year with my name, Clay, as the promo code at LifeLock.com.
Don't let spring allergies make you miserable. Try the quick, drug-free solution trusted by over 4 million people, Navage. Only Navage uses suction to flush out your sinuses using refreshing saline, helping you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. And here's even better news. Navage is now available at your local Sam's Club in a great new value pack. It's everything you need to start breathing better immediately at Sam's guaranteed best price. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Breathe easy.
Kick off your summer with iHeart 80s. Rewind to a decade in music that defined a generation. From Madonna to Michael. And more. iHeart 80s goes commercial-free all Memorial Day weekend and every weekend. Open the free iHeart app, search iHeart 80s, and start listening now. iHeart Radio. Free never sounded so good.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. C-H-E-C-K. Check. That's check. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Story time with the 3 best friends you never knew you had.
The Hippie Woe Vicky says, you guys talk about Gideon's Bakehouse a lot, and I sent a TikTok to Sabrina and C-Lane where their employees spoke about how dirty the kitchen is and how they don't tell people there are nuts in the cookies and stuff. Supposedly they never wash the baking sheets they make the cookies on. Grain of salt. Absolute grain of salt. A grain of a grain of a grain of salt, please, with all of this. Because anything I hear on TikTok like that, like, I'm a former employee and here's what's really going on behind the scenes. This is a dumb kid lying for TikTok. They're trying to crap on a company that's been very successful, honestly. Gideon's has revolutionized, if you're not familiar with them, the world of baked goods in some ways. And they have brilliant marketing and stuff. I'm not vested. They ain't paying me anything. I don't even get to skip the line when I go there. But I'll tell you, I've heard that about a lot of places. And one thing that we have going for us, and this is sort of I guess this may be an anti-libertarian arc that'll go on for a second, but I like that we have an institution in as much as we monitor what's happening in restaurants around this country, and we make that information publicly available, along with why they may have failed any kind of inspections. Food health inspectors are awesome. That's a super cool resource to have. That's so useful. And if you use it,
it's useful. It's also necessary.
Yeah, it rocks your world a little bit though, because when you use it, you might have a place that you like, and then you see they got a bad grade, and you're like, oh.
There was a place that I avoided locally for years, despite hearing how incredible it is, being invited to it. I'm like, I heard one time that there were rats.
Yeah.
When it first opened, they saw them on the banister, kind of rats. And I just couldn't get past it, despite
I know
passing
it kills them. When that happens to a business, it's like, I think I told you guys this story, and I believe this was real. Maybe you can Google this. See later.
Grain of salt.
All right. There was a story when I was younger. I don't even know if we'll be able to Google this. And it was a Pollo Tropical location. And they found
delicious,
mealworms.
By the way.
They found mealworms in the rice. And the visual, just thinking about it, grossed me out so much. I didn't go for the longest time. And it is delicious. And it is a fantastic place. And I'm sure most of these places are operating.
So mealworms can kind of look like rice.
Yeah, they can. That was the scary part. I think that's what got me. Somebody said they responded on their Instagram. If they did, I don't see a response.
I see a response on Reddit. So first of all, the thing I saw either this morning or yesterday, and there was some weird message that says, Dear supporter of Gideon's Bakehouse, we are the ghost of Gideon's, a collective voice representing the employees whom you have come to know and love. Write to you to desperate plea for help. They've built a toxic empire of lies. We feel unsafe, underpaid, being severely taken advantage of. It says health and safety violations. We're paid $8.95 an hour, the lowest of any employee, and we are forced to rely upon your tips. Blah, blah, blah. Please, we beg you, boycott the store, right to ownership, and voice your displeasure. Here's the part that I found very odd. It says, oh, wait, that's the person that they want you to email this guy, Patrick, at Gideon's Bakehouse.
Uh-huh.
I thought they meant that was their email. I'm like, you expect to still have access to that email after posting this?
Yeah, that ain't happening.
But they want you to email this Patrick guy. They said, we issued a demand letter to ownership to resolve the myriad of infractions, which is not the correct use of that. Instead of offering a plan, they have begun to retaliate by firing and punishing innocent employees. And
see, that's the thing. I just don't know the motive there. Where are you getting
for
paid?
whom?
Well, for the employees, because yes, they're very well, and this is for any place. This is not our first time seeing. I'm not talking about Gideon's in particular, but it's we're being paid crap, and now because of that, we're gonna tell you about all the infractions. Those go hand in hand. If you're getting paid really well, would you be totally cool with all the infractions and not tell anybody?
Yeah, are you only a whistleblower when it's all in your favor, or are you doing this with some sort of moral compass? So I have their response here in front of me. Okay, it says, I could eagerly go through the list of demands from why I shake my cold brew flavors to handicap ADA compliance, blah, 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 blah. In our 9 years of business, this is from Gideon's, we have never failed a health and safety report or had any major infractions, and our second location would not have been permitted to open without meeting all requirements and then some. Most importantly, I love my team. I hire everyone personally, and we discuss bringing emotional maturity and leaving out ego in the workplace with the need to look out for each other. Sometimes people fall short and are let go, but you'll notice many of the same faces have been with me for years. Gideon's is a team of over 180 people. Holy cow. That's a lot of. I didn't know they had that many employees.
So there's the famous Patrick?
I guess so. No one can ever say that everyone is completely happy in a group that large, but I feel confident that everybody is treated with care and respect, he says. So they're going back and forth on this. You're never going to know who's right, but like, look at the inspections. Look at the food inspections. And I'll tell you, with something as serious as this, I would be blown away if Disney Springs in particular, where one of these Gideon's locations is, if they were anything but over the top in their enforcement of rules, regulations, and keeping those kitchens clean. They don't want to screw up. When you screw up at the theme park, word gets around real fast, and people will be like, "Yeah, you hear this? You hear that?"
But they screwed up off property.
No, I don't. They're saying they didn't screw up at all. They're saying they never failed an inspection. They're saying this is not true from these folks. But because everybody with a TikTok account can now make a claim like this, and that can get a whole bunch of attention, then they have to fight back. They can't say nothing. Saying nothing is not going to work for you strategically. This is a bad idea.
You say that about something that would be on a theme park property, but we used to get sent a picture of a kitchen.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Quite often. And that was one picture.
Guys, I told you I cleaned up the kitchen.
It was not your kitchen, but it was a famous restaurant's kitchen,
that Sean used to very much enjoy.
Yeah, and it doesn't get dirty back there probably every once in a while.
Not
but
as dirty as that picture, I hope.
I don't think there's a lot of
some secrets
people
that stay in the back of the house, okay? That's it.
I'm sure there are. In every place where somebody has worked at it for a long point in time or a long period of time, they'll tell you these horror stories. But I think they do their best not to fail those reports. And you, as a consumer, should be an enlightened consumer, and you should utilize those reports. If you're going to go eat somewhere, take a look at the thing. I forgot the name of the app that I use for it. Courtney usually does it on her phone. But there's an app where you can
Why would you continue to have that app?
Because it's good. I want to see how things are going. I want to see if a restaurant is up to snuff or if they're being dirty back there. It's no good. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with the final dispatches.
Gross and hungry.
And we're going to get some food for Sabrina so we can solve that problem at the very least. I'll pay off these two stories finally about the pizza man and the British boxer. That'll be in those stories that didn't make the cut. And we'll do Today I Learned to wrap everything up for a Tuesday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is The Jim Colbert Show.
Later today on The Jim Colbert Show, we'll learn a little about John Mulaney for What'd You Do That's New. Then we'll learn how to move closer to financial security with financial advisor Scott Brown. The winner of JCS Trivia today will get to pick the concert tickets of their choice between Limp Bizkit or Sammy Hagar. All of that plus 4 shots at winning $1,000. And your calls, texts, and talkbacks.
The Jim Colbert Show. Today at 3 p.m. on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. And this afternoon, a couple of thunderstorms around. Any storms that form could be strong to severe. So today is a Fox 35 storm alert day, and we're looking at wind gusts over 55 miles an hour as the primary thing that'll make these severe, although we could catch some hail. There's even a chance for an isolated tornado. Otherwise, it'll be warm and kind of a windy day. The high today, 93. Feeling like 100 with all that humidity and wind gusts over 30. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Need to hire? You need Indeed. Their end-to-end solution helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all year round. Schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from your Indeed dashboard. Learn more by visiting Indeed.com/credit.
Attention all golfers, wannabe golfers, enthusiasts, and do-gooders alike. Get ready to tee off for a cause at the Crime Line Charity Golf Scramble. Coming to the prestigious Heathrow Country Club June 3rd. You'll start the day with breakfast to fuel your swing, 18 holes of championship golf, a cart, door prizes, range balls, goodie bags, and more. Best of all, your participation supports Crime Line, an organization dedicated to keeping our communities safe. So mark your calendars and register now at crimeline.org and secure your spot in this unforgettable event at Heathrow Country Club, June 3rd. It's the Crime Line Charity Golf Scramble Tournament. Let's make a difference, one swing at a time.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group, and I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney. And the truth is, I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney or if I look like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. At Wesley, we've helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshare without me being an attorney. And I want to share with you how we do it. Just give my office a call, and you will not talk to an attorney. And I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare, or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-822-1490. 800-822-1490. 800-822-1490.
When you call me for an injury case, you don't pay a dime unless we win. The call and the advice are always free. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
If it's time for you to get some new windows, reach out to Mike the Home Builder and his team of professionals at the Home Builders Network. Let me tell you what you will get when Mike takes care of you. Great quality windows, great installation, and great service, all for a fair price. What you won't get is a window company that moves into your house for 3 hours when they come in for the free estimate, pressuring you for the sale. Use someone local, someone you can trust. Go to myhomebuildersnetwork.com.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's starting with the woots. And now a speech.
I just want to say that friendship is about heart and brain. Who's with me?
Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
And my brain is saying, when it's time to go home, somebody call me a ride.
Love that guy.
Me too.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
Do you think a tiny chip in your windshield is nothing to worry about? I'm Pascal with SafeLight. Sooner or later, every chip will crack. So don't wait. Schedule at safelight.com. We can come to you for free and repair that chip fast. And with most insurance, a chip repair is no cost to you. Don't let that tiny chip crack your whole windshield. Go to safelight.com for free mobile service. Conditions may apply.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
Did you know that your largest investment asset might not be your retirement account or home? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. Most people don't realize that their life insurance policy is actually an asset they can sell. But for almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. We've even created a free policy value calculator at abacuspays.com so you can find out in seconds what we might pay for your policy. There are no fees and no obligations, just information. Knowing the value of your life insurance policy is as important as knowing the value of your home, your equity portfolio, or your finances in total. Discover the valuable information you need to understand the current market value for your life insurance, and then get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Visit abacuspays.com to learn more and use our free policy value calculator today.
Let's watch TV. What do you want to watch? Big Bang.
It's one of my all-time favorites.
It's Big May on CW18.
Every night at 7 o'clock.
Bang, bang. And it doesn't get any bigger than the Big Bang.
Sounds like a party. Did someone say party?
Party's my middle name.
Let the good times roll.
Are you having fun?
Oh, yeah, this is it.
The Big Bang Theory. Weeknights at 7, 7:30, and 11. Part of Big May on CW18.
Still funny.
I know! From sunrise to sunset, West 2 News on CW18 has you covered. Mornings from 7 to 10. Start your day with Central Florida's most accurate forecast from First Warning meteorologist Kelly Ann Class.
You'll always have a clear view of what's ahead.
Then tonight at 10, get caught up and know what's happening now with Stuart, Michelle, Tony, and Darren.
It's all in a day's work, and our work never stops.
AM or PM, West 2 News on CW18 has you covered.
Each morning across Florida, hundreds of Duke Energy line workers start each day with one thing on our minds: making the grid stronger and more reliable for you. To us, it's about more than keeping the lights on. It's about being more efficient to help lower costs for our customers. It's more than a job, it's a commitment to building a smarter, more reliable energy future for Florida.
Find out more at duke-energy.com/FL feature. Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
As humans, we like having options. One option you might like is speaking with a real person when you call about your credit card. With 24/7 live U.S.-based customer service from Discover, everyone can talk to a real person anytime, day or night. Limitations apply. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
On the bright side, we're not dead yet. You're listening.
Today I learned to wrap everything up for a Tuesday, a Share the Show Tuesday, in fact. And folks, you now officially have about 24 hours before the latest design drop is kaput, zilch, gone, nevermore, not available. And now it's time for you to go get yours. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com. While you're over there, put one in your shopping cart. You can do it on your phone or your laptop, whatever you got. And it's easy to support the show. So go over to thenewsjunkie.com and grab the Clouds design right now. As I said, 24 hours left on that. Anybody getting paid tomorrow? We expect you. We expect you to grab some of those shirts while you can. All right, let me get the stuff out of the way I said I would get out of the way. A pizza delivery man in Texas says he shot and killed a man who was trying to rob him with a gun. The victim's family is trying to cast doubt on his story. Police said a man tried to deliver a pizza at a residence on Yellowstone Boulevard at 11 p.m. He got into an altercation with a customer. The delivery man shot and killed the man. When police responded, the delivery man told them he had been accosted by two men, one with a gun, and they were trying to rob him. He said the other man ran away after his companion was shot. Only God got the last answer, they said. We're not sure how the pizza delivery went so wrong that somebody wound up getting shot, says the Houston Police Department spokesperson. But that's what we're investigating right now. The parents said he didn't order a pizza. They're like, you killed this kid. You killed our son. He never ordered a pizza to begin with. He did. The police confirmed that he had ordered a pizza. And then the family was just trying to obfuscate the investigation a little bit.
Man.
So it looks like something went down and the guy thought he was getting robbed or he was getting robbed. And so he fired back during a damn pizza delivery. Those guys got to be careful.
I thought we talked about this, that they're not supposed to be armed or like company policies.
It very well could be that company policy tells them not to be. That's a corporate thing. Usually they'll do that. Like they don't want to risk anything. And they'll even fire them.
Sure.
Like if they found out that they had a gun. But I don't know how this particular place worked, but we'll see. And British boxer Sharif Lawal dies after collapsing in the ring in his professional debut. It did not go well. This was the first major bout in a suburb northwest of London, the promoter said. He collapsed during this fight, and they said, unfortunately, despite the best efforts of paramedics, he was later pronounced dead. And it doesn't happen too much in boxing,
does that
but
mean
every once in a while.
like the opponent gets the win?
I think so. Yeah, I think it would
Awkward.
probably go in the books as a win.
Wait,
maybe.
really? That seems a little
strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
seems like a bad juju.
I agree. Yeah, let's go over to the final dispatches, and guess what? I'm going to play at least two of them. Okay.
These are the final dispatches.
Doesn't mean I don't own
but
this song.
Sean will probably own
I stole it at gunpoint. Taking this thing.
Royalties.
You can join us always around the clock, even when the show's not on. You can still send those dispatches in and interact with other people who have done just the same. So go over to thenewsjunkie.com and do it. Here's Insecure Walrus.
So the Randy Travis vocal thing, it's mildly controversial here in Nashville.
Okay.
He had some kind of a stroke and a series of other medical things about 10 years ago and has not released any new music since
He can't
then.
sing.
And his wife, Mary Travis, she got together with some country songwriters who had a nice song, and they took all of his previous recordings and used that to make an AI voice for this song. I mean, it's put out by his record label. It's fully backed by him in every way. I'm not even sure if he can talk anymore. He's in a wheelchair.
Just give a
I read
thumbs
that
up.
when he heard it, he put his head down and cried. But I don't know if that means he approved of it or if he just hated it.
That's kind of weird, isn't it? Like, you're right in saying that they got to eat, Sabrina, but are they taking advantage of him?
I mean,
or...
if he's alive and approving of it,
then we're good.
then
If he's
you
alive
got
and
the
approving,
blessing.
yeah.
You saw the same thing with like Tupac and his estate stopped, what was it?
Drake, I think.
Yeah, because they did not want Tupac to be involved in this beef by any means.
Yeah, I get that. I get it. If he's on board, I'm on board. I'm fine. If
I want to
not,
be very clear. If I were to pass and you guys continue the show, I mean, there's plenty of audio to create AI Sabrina.
yeah, we got that.
I don't know if I approve of it yet.
Oh,
I don't
we're
think
gonna
it'll
have to,
be as funny.
You're gonna have to tell us at some point. I will
Are you
say
trying
this.
to kill me?
No. I definitely don't want to do that. But I have to do the stories that didn't make the cut, which means I only am playing one final
What's the plan?
The song was right that time. Hollywood businesses are trying a new approach to clearing homeless encampments. They are planting cacti everywhere in Hollywood, California.
That won't stop them.
Because the hobos can't sleep on the cactus, they say, and that will solve the problem. That's the answer. We're going to land on the win here eventually. A woman says a snake that she's named Fluffy will not leave her car, so she's just decided to learn to drive with it. They said 4 separate snake handlers have not removed a poisonous red-bellied black snake from her vehicle, several feet long, and she said she's given up. She's just throwing her hands up in the air.
It's supposed to eat at some point.
And she's just going to live with a snake living in her car with her.
I mean, if this car were in Florida, this would be an easy fix. You just leave it outside for a couple
Bake that
day or
snake.
so.
That's done with. All right, here we go. Let's get out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Tuesday, May 14th of 2024. Today I Learned this group. NSYNC. Do you know what the NSYNC stands for? Anybody? Huh?
No.
Huh? The spell with the last letters of the band members' first names. So Chris is S, N from Justin, Joey is the Y, N from Jason, and C from JC.
That's creative.
That's how you get NSYNC out of the whole thing. And now we finally know.
Jason?
Yeah. Is Jason there? I don't know him well. But
JC? Shazay?
Today I learned this band.
Oh, Evanescence.
That's correct. This is all over on the radio now for some reason. I'm not sure why. They said, let's bring this song back. Evanescence. The iconic lead singer, Amy Lee, now makes children's music because good
she tours too.
Business to be in. Yeah, they're still playing around because people are into this. They want to bring it back. Dream Too Much, though, is a children's album by Amy Lee, the lead singer of American rock band Evanescence. Album was written multiple members of her immediate family and released on Amazon. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same